to see, hard to know where the truth lies, especially because the parties in the war all lie. Where's the Trump's Cincinnati interview? I want to see that. There's some hilarious clips from it. That's the... Oh. Trump arrived at Kentucky already. Well, let's go to Kentucky then. Apparently White House doesn't want to show us those anymore. I wonder if BBC or some other will show us those.
Well, those in favor of the draft resolution contained
still not
in
extracted
document
and streaming, eh? Yeah.
2026-159, please raise their...
Betway's Paul...
2 Mossad agents detained in Saudi Arabia for plotting on shadow strikes and blaming Iran for it. Isn't that the same that we had in the beginning of the war? Was the same thing, like some Mossad agents were caught up. I think they were also in Saudi, or they might have been in the Emirates or Qatar. It's not their first rodeo. It's literally what they do best. And then there was the drone warning in California, which is kind of ironic, the timing, if you think about it. The timing is a bit sus. You know, United States getting heat for striking a girls' school. Sup, man? What up, monkey? How true is the California thing? I mean, the FBI didn't release anything else except that it was in California and apparently it was related to Iran. California is correct. Darker, thanks for the heart and Coco Popular as well. So, as long as FBI is keeping the cards close to them, they can just say whatever they want to. Everything and everybody for the Messiah. Did you read the Israeli law against Christians? I wonder how true that was. It might actually not be true. That was... I read something like 2 days ago or a day ago. Rosanna, thanks for the follow. Do you think the US government is using it as a possible excuse to target themselves? I mean, they're probably going to use it to justify the war. That's what I think they're going to do with the California thing. It's like... that they're going to use that to say that, hey, see, they were about to attack us. We told you so. You didn't believe us. The people that I needed to die for the second coming of Christ instead of free ticket to heaven. Did you see that? Who was it? It was Ted Cruz or Mike Huckabee said that. Saying Operation Epstein Fury is anti-Semitic. So, sorry guys, but apparently I am an anti-Semite then, because I've been calling it Operation Epstein Fury for a while. Oh, it was Ted Cruz, yeah. Kicker here, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. How are you doing, Kicker? Excuse me, sir. What up? Where are you from, bro? Your accent is cool. German? No, Finnish. Yeah, like saying Operation Epstein Fury is anti-Semitic is just fucking stupid. What up, Judah? It's kind of like diluting the term itself. But then again, that's the way, and that's what the Israeli government has been saying for a long time, that they want to control speech in the internet. Operation Epstein Fury. I think that's a good name for it, though. It has a punch to it. But they've been really open about it. Like the people in Palantir and also a lot of Netanyahu's cabinet members have said that they really want to fight anti-Semitism, so they want to control all the speech in TikTok and Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X, of course. So, and that has been for like a few months now. They've got to openly said it. Exactly, instant follow. My apologies, Finnish people are brilliant. Hats off to you for speaking up. Skin of Nils, thanks for the follow. Everybody wants to control freedom of speech. Yeah, I mean, I think to an extent, yeah. Have you seen Donald Trump's obsession with giving his staff shoes that he likes and guessing their shoe size? That was the weirdest thing I saw today. That was literally the weirdest thing I saw today on Twitter. According to the media reports, Donald Trump has been buying $145 Flourishing dress shoes for allies in his inner circle, and people are reportedly afraid not to wear them. Marco Rubio was photographed wearing a pair Trump ordered for him by just guessing his size. And they were a bit too big. Ismail Lisa, thanks for the follow. In 2026, truth is that in which can be mass produced. Oh my god, like there's some hilarious memes about those shoes. Olisiko parturi? Nope. You will wear the boots and you will own nothing. I mean, if the boss buys you shoes, you better wear them if you want to have a job, you know? Okay, I need to show TikTok as well what I'm seeing. So these are the original shoes, and then Twitter just went a bit crazy with them. One could say that the USA is doing a great jihad. I mean, they already called it a holy war, so...
It is a little excursion, and you said it is a war. So which one is it?
Well, it's both. Questions, Peter?
Yes. You just said it is a little excursion, and you said it is a war. So which one is it?
Well, it's both. It's both. It's an excursion that will keep us out of a war, and the war is going to be. I mean, for them it's a war. For us, it's turned out to be easier than we thought.
You remember a few days ago, the last stream, when I talked about like there was some MAGA idiots around the internet saying that Trump started Iran war to end all wars, and now Trump is using it himself. He's now using it the same thing himself, saying that we started this to end all wars. We started this war to end all wars. What a fucking idiot. Going to pump us up. Mimicry of your boss is a proven strategy in the office. Natural selection. Like the Vietnam War was not a war. Maybe it's time to study what is What is in Kool-Aid? I think that's the reason, like, why Kool-Aid isn't that popular in Europe. But yeah, Trump is starting starting the speech now, I think. I mean, I hate it when Trump has his press conference and it's like fucking 3 hours late. Iran is completely destroyed, no navy, no air force, and they're on the verge of total collapse. And still, they are destroying oil tankers. They are destroying US bases, attacking US bases. That is true. They are completely destroyed. They have nothing. And Trump already declared war, just like George Bush Jr. back in Iraq. Paula Geroski, thanks for the follow. It's the same fucking playbook again. Like, things are going fuckery. Now we know that the casualties of the United States were hidden. The casualties of they hit the casualty numbers of US soldiers just to make it look like it's better. And now Trump declared they won already 2 days ago. And now they're not winning. Like, literally the following day, Hegseth said that we're going to attack Iran more. And now Trump is saying that they're going to attack Iran more. So I don't think they know what the fuck they're doing. He needs to try to minimize the damage done to the stock market. Going great, don't believe the numbers. Classic like smokescreen. Alisa, thanks for the TikTok, and Alisa as well, heart me. Discount Aussie. Oh god. What a burn. What a burn. And of course, now we also know that a lot of the MAGA idiots and the right-wingers and the moderate right-wingers who were saying that Iran attacked their own girls' school was a complete lie. Like a lot of us said. Although I was also wrong. Because I blamed the IDF. Because IDF, well, they target more civilians, children and women than anyone else. And it was the United States after all. Even though Trump lied that it wasn't the United States. They said that it was Iran. But it was the United States. God, their hair genetics. Around how many are unalived? I think it was the total number is 200 and 140 or 150 of them are kids. It's like shampoo ad for L'Oreal because I'm worth it. Hey, Tony, once again, talking about my hair. They hide in schools and hospitals and shoot us. What are we supposed to do? Not shoot back? What? The missile that came down was proven not to be a Tomahawk missile. That's a completely lie. Like, what Kool-Aid are you drinking? Pentagon literally said today, they released that it was United States. You have TDS, which is Trump dementia syndrome. Or Trump stick too deep in your ass syndrome. Pentagon. I mean, I'm sorry if you live under the rock, you can like find it yourself. A preliminary US military investigation has reportedly determined that Washington was responsible for a deadly Tomahawk missile strike on Iranian elementary school in February that killed scores of children. On Saturday, Trump declared that Iran was responsible for the school bombing. In my opinion, based on what I've seen, that was done by Iran. They are very inaccurate, as you know, with their munition. They have no accuracy whatsoever. His assertion has not been repeated by spokespeople for the US military, who have said only that the investigation is investigating the bombing. But the Trump administration's efforts to avoid responsibility for the attack continued on Wednesday, with the Pentagon saying in a 5-word statement to The Guardian, the incident is under investigation. An official at the US Military Central Command said it would be inappropriate to comment, given the incident is under investigation. That missile was not a Tomahawk, come on. Come on now. So just gotta say, the US didn't choose to attack Iran to go to war. Congress must approve it. Allison, thanks for the 9 TikToks. They did a double tap. When the parents came to save their kids from the rubble, they bombed again.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of the United States, Donald
Oh
J.
my god.
Trump.
Now this, I hate that song. Can't trust news, can't trust Pentagon. MAGA is hilarious. Oh yeah, 100%. Have you seen Scott Reeder's prediction about Iran turning Tel Aviv upside down? I mean, Tel Aviv has already gotten a lot of like bombardment. And I hope all the citizens of Israel understands that it's because of their administration that they're getting bombarded. It's their administration that's putting them on the harm's way. So hopefully they point their fingers to the right direction. Yes, you hate America. I don't hate America. Like, have I said I hate America? I'm so proud of you. You have the attention you've always wanted to. I mean, I've been talking about this stuff for a long time, and I don't really care who listens. What you say shows it. Me talking about America committing war crimes is me hating America. That's not true. And me being critical of Israel doesn't make me hating America. That's like such a fucking cult mentality. You need to really, I don't know, lobotomize your fucking brain. Me criticizing your cult leader isn't hating America either. Trump isn't America. What war crimes? Killing fucking children. Hundreds of them. Is a war crime. What children did we kill? Iranian girls. Ages between, I think they were 7 and 12. Congratulations. Congratulations. Alison, thanks for the friendship necklace. But it wasn't launched by Iran. That's the funny thing. I've been criticizing Obama and I've been criticizing Biden. They're not my own. I'm not a Democrat. I'm glad my country is staying the fuck out of it. We learn after following them in the... Yeah. The Iranians aren't yelling death to Ireland. They're not yelling death to Finland. You know why? Because Ireland and Finland hasn't been bombing them and sanctioning them and treating them as garbage for many decades. I'm not saying that it's because of that, but if you don't want to make enemies around the world, you shouldn't fucking kill them. Or treat them as subhuman. Not just talking about Iran, just talking about countries in general. If you want to create people that hate your country, the easiest way to do is regime change and invading. That was an Iranian missile that hit the school. I know it wasn't.
Wouldn't be here probably. I don't think I'd do that. If they didn't love you, I'd walk off this stage right now. With your help, this family-owned business has risen from a small trucking operation into a juggernaut of warehousing, packaging, one of the biggest, transportation, all these big labels they put on. But I'll tell you, America's favorite brands right here, and this has been an unbelievable group of people that built this wonderful company, and I want to thank them very much. It's an honor to be here.
So you support Islam? I don't support any religion. That's the issue here, because I'm an atheist. Like, if you want to believe in something, that's your personal thing. No religion should be in politics. You make really weird leaps here. I don't even hate the Jewish people, even though I don't like the government of Israel killing babies and women. If your brain is wired to only think one or the other without having any nuance, then I don't fucking know what to say to you, like, other than, I don't know, go outside, touch grass, and maybe read a book or something like that. Do you support Iran? I support the people of Iran. I don't support the regime. United States of Israel. We should probably get congressional approval before enacting regime change. But it's not because they're not declaring war, even though Trump has declared it quite a few times, but it's not the same. They're just bending the rules how they want to. And Obama did the same with Libya. And religion is political structure. Religion is bullshit. Like, for example, USA saying that they are waging this war because of like a higher reason. Trump was sent by fucking Jesus. What was those reports coming from the military? Like, religion is such a poison of like when they use it as a weapon. Religion is really good when it's your personal thing, but when they're using them as a weapon or a shield, that's completely fucking bullshit. That's one of the reasons why I think that religion shouldn't be in politics. Because horrible people justify horrible acts of violence and death based on religion. There is a thanks for the follow. Mass religion is the greatest ancient reason. Hey, that was the record. Like, Trump didn't even speak for 2 minutes, and he might mention Joe Biden already. 2 minutes. Joe Biden lives rent-free in Trump's head. It's the second year of his tenure, and he's still talking about Joe Biden.
And now again, the midterms are coming. They want to raise your taxes.
Simply lovely, thanks for the follow.
We have to win. The midterms are going to be very, very important to keep it going. But thanks to the
it's gonna be like even wilder if the Republicans lose the midterms, because then we're gonna see what Trump is really like. Zachna, thanks for the follow. Cringe ass motherfuckers, thanks for the follow as well.
This year right here, 10 million. And you're buying brand new tractor trailers and opening up warehouses in 2 additional states, Texas and North Carolina. And that's what it's all about. And that's why we did it. And with the help of our tax cuts, all of those trucks and warehouses and equipment purchases, everything that we're doing, and everything that you see in this country that's being built, you get what's called expensing, meaning a deduction in the first year. 1 year, it's the bit. Now, to a lot of people, that doesn't mean. To me, it means something else. It means jobs. That's why we have so many jobs, the best jobs.
I mean, they just announced the job numbers on February, and they didn't look that good. But I mean, it's just 1 month of the year, right? White House says on stream went green. Look at this. I tried to refresh the page.
No tax on overtime.
This is White House's Twitter page. It's fucking green.
That was gonna happen.
92,000 jobs gone.
Every extra hour you work,
yeah, we lost 100,000 jobs last month.
100% tax free. You have no tax. Remember that when you go and vote. The Democrats want to end it. So you take home.
Oh, now it's not green anymore.
More to those beautiful children or whoever the hell you're bringing it home to. Okay, I don't know who you're bringing it home to. I don't want to know.
Trump is the last person that should mention children ever.
After so many years of politicians who sold out the working men and women of our country, we finally have a president who puts American workers first.
We had to change schools because Sayo parents found out that you were donating to Gaza. What the hell? And that's it. I assume that's in Finland. Green now. Guess orange is not popular anymore. Lefty play, thanks for the follow, and the world, thanks for the follow as well.
350 rallies, right? 350 rallies. I don't know what the hell they do. I don't know where they get their money, but they follow me a lot. We have.
Yeah, Trump should definitely not mention children. He uses children in like sentences completely incorrectly.
And there's a lot of them too. Thank you very much. Great honor.
Yes, Islam is practiced religion in Ireland. There's something you can easily Google yourself.
So a short time ago.
So is there's a lot of Hindus here as well. There's a lot of like Catholics here. There's Protestants here.
How about Barack Hussein Obama?
There's a lot of Jewish people here as well. Orthodox Christianity is also a thing here.
Jackson's funeral.
Yeah, in Ireland, like there's a lot of religions here. Catholic,
the
of course,
family
being the
Jesse
major one.
Jackson got angry as hell at him because they understand they hated each
What do you think about the 7 women who asked to stay in Australia? I think they should have
loved watching that.
been
That was so-
left to Australia.
the family
If they want to
decided
stay in
start
Australia,
storming
go
out.
for it.
A short time ago, under Biden and his allies in Congress,
And why for are they being punished because they didn't sing the national anthem? Like, I'm not supporting that.
anywhere in the world, this is the hottest country anywhere in the world. Most powerful military.
There is not a lot of Jews in Ireland, but there are some.
The stock market is set 50
I'm in Mayo.
all-time record high since the election, all time. And the typical American
He said Biden again.
401k.
Okay, how many times is he gonna mention Biden?
$35,000 since I took office.
I'm in Belfast. Oh, I used to live in
And in
Belfast,
4
but that's
years, Joe
like
Biden got less
15 years
than
ago.
$1 trillion of new investment into the United States. So think of this. $1 trillion over a period of much less, over a period of 4 years. We got $18 trillion. And Jake Paul knows what that means.
And I can stop this here. None of that $18 trillion has come to America yet.
Calculated the 12.
None of that 18 trillion has come to America yet. And the Gulf nations, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Emirates, are already looking ways to get out of those contracts based on the war in Iran.
You would say they're not doing. They didn't do a good job.
Not saying that they're going to walk away from those contracts, but they're looking ways to have force majeures so they can get way if they need to.
I think your whole reputation would be shot if you said.
So
"Oh,
we can
water
all
will
see
come
and hear it
That
on
would be the
TV
end
live,
of your whole
live right now.
career.
Okay, that's fine.
But here in the
Jim
heartland
418
of America,
817,
you're
thanks to
already
follow.
seeing the results of what we've done. I just came from Thermo Fisher
In Iran, the age
Scientific
of
in
marriage
Reading,
for
Ohio,
girls
right
is
across the
13.
way.
Is it that
Great
like
American
Trump's
company that's
paradise?
investing $2
It
billion
was about
in domestic
13-year-old, the
manufacturing, all
alleged
because of what
victim
we've
of
done
Trump
with
that
the
bit
tariffs
Trump's dick.
and with the
If you haven't
deductions,
read,
all
if you
of
haven't
the
read
other
that, you
things that
want
we've
to
done.
read
Ford
that
Motor Company,
Epstein
and by
file.
the way,
That Trump tried
have
to force
more
like a
jobs
13,
in terms of
14-year-old to
construction. We're
give him a
building more
BJ,
factories
and the
now
girl bite his dick.
in this country than at any time in the history of our country. More factories are being built.
So you don't care about Iranian girls, but care
And
about
Ford
Epstein.
Motor Company, a good
No, no,
old state,
like, I
was
don't-
announced a
I don't
$2
agree
billion
with,
assembly
like,
plant in
the age of
Louisville,
marriage being
Kentucky,
13.
which
What
will
the fuck?
support more than
Those two things aren't like
2,200
canceling each other
Kentucky
out.
jobs. And I was with Ford the other day. I was in Detroit.
I mean, I don't know how you got that.
Bill Ford,
Like,
they
I didn't
have
say that that's okay.
an advantage over
I just said that that would be a dream for Trump.
That's okay. He was born Ford, but he was showing me a plant that was
That's
built in
not what he
1914,
was saying. You can
very
care
old,
about
one of
both.
the biggest
Yeah.
plants in the country, but one of the oldest. And they were getting ready.
Clinton
to shut
didn't
it down a
exonerate
year and a
Trump.
half ago, and then he heard Trump was running.
Clinton actually said something. I don't think you, Joe, listened to what Bill
So
Clinton
they were
said.
getting ready to shut it down. It was
So
on
what Bill
minimal-
Clinton actually said made it worse for Trump, because Trump said that he cut ties with Epstein after he found out that he was a scumbag and he was a bad person. Bill Clinton said that Trump said to him directly that he cut ties with Epstein because of a real estate deal. That's contradicting what Trump said. That's the opposite of exonerated. Deeper Dapper, thanks for the follow. You might want to look at the tape again. I think it's available in YouTube.
You shut it down or you run 24 hours a day. And they're doing a good job. Apple, a great company, $2.5 billion to manufacture 100% of the glass for iPhones.
Only brain
and
damage
Apple
would try to
Watches
find mutual
right
exclusivity
here in
between those two
Kentucky
things. I mean,
factories, all being made.
if I don't make that like distinction, people
And Apple's spending
take those fucking
$650 billion on new plants
freedoms
all
to
over the
twist
United
my words
States.
against
Think
me.
of that. Who the hell else could have done this? Nobody else. Nobody else. I say it kiddingly, but I'm actually not kidding. Nobody else could have. He's done a good job, Tim.
Trump is coming to Ireland in a few
$650
months.
billion. Think of
I'm
it.
gonna be
Just
there.
2 days ago,
I'm gonna yell some
GE
horrible things to
Aerospace,
Trump.
they're doing phenomenally,
And
announced a $1 billion investment
I'm
in
probably gonna
American
make a huge like
manufacturing,
a black of
$115
Trump and
billion
Epstein just for
right
shits and
across
giggles.
the river in the Queen City.
I'm gonna do it live, so if I get arrested, you will see it live. But I think I wouldn't get arrested.
So jobs, factories, and new investments are pouring in as they do. We
He's gonna go to the golf course.
70,000 new construction jobs in just a short period of time, including 8,000 brand new construction jobs in Kentucky.
It's going Shamrock.
Kentucky. I love the way it
Oh, they postponed it to September. Oh, that's sad. International Golf Links and Hotel Donbeck in County Clare.
Today than any time.
Oh, they postponed it to September. That's sad.
You see the numbers by the end of the year. We did an excursion. You know what an excursion is? We had to take a little trip to get rid of some evil, very evil people. It should have been done for 47 years. They've been killing our people. 47 years. 47 years.
Do a bit of Googling. How many American citizens have Iran killed in 47 years?
And I can only say this. They were all prepared. They're very strong. You know, they're going to try and take over the whole Middle East. They were going to knock out Israel. They don't know what the hell hit them, right? They don't know what hit them. They got hit by the American military. They don't know. They say, what the hell is happening? They didn't expect anything.
And now they're saying that please do bring the boots on the ground. Let's see what happens.
American workers and families and businesses like this one, we ended the Green News scam. You know the scam?
Oh, are we
Scam in
are we telling lies again?
Well, maybe the election results of the second election were. I would say what was the greater scam, the Green News scam or the 2020 rigged election?
This is a bit of a spoiler for you that 2020 elections weren't rigged, so.
But the main thing is, we said get out and vote. We're going to do it again, and we're going to make it too big to rig, and that's what we did. We got the highest vote in history. We didn't need that big. We made it too big to rig.
Do you know how big of a percentage is voter fraud from all the elections ever in the United States? It's 0.0001%. That's what the effect of voter fraud is.
And I like them. It's a great product, everything, but they have to have. It's a great product, everything. We ended the mandate. Now you can have gasoline. You can have hybrid. Now you can have whatever the hell you want. You can have electric. Whatever. They wanted, and they say electric charging plant, 150 miles. That's a bad feeling. And we massively increased production of American oil, natural gas, and American clean, beautiful Kentucky coal.
What the fuck is White House doing? This is White House's stream.
Kentucky coal. He wants an electric car. And I like him.
Are they making a remix? I don't fucking know. Like, this sounds like it's pre-recorded. I know it's not, but. Hey, LC Simon, hi. Thanks for the follow. This is hilarious.
It's a great product. Clean, beautiful coal. Clean, beautiful. And after about like
oh, no, they fixed it.
I said, wait a minute, just say coal. It's too much. It's too much. But it's clean, beautiful coal, and it's back, and it's roaring back.
And it's gonna be China, right? He's gonna mention China.
You know, it's interesting. China uses a lot of coal. China's very smart.
I told you. I told you.
What they don't use much of, if at all, are windmills. So they make all the windmills, and they sell that garbage to us. Round and round it goes. Keeps losing money. Every time it goes around, it loses $25. That's a lot, you know. And kills a lot of birds.
Domestic cats kill more birds. Coal mines kill more birds. The amount of birds that windmills kill is actually quite low.
By the thousands. Okay, figure that one out. Last year,
and also China uses more windmills than any other country.
Coal power plants from crushing restrictions and regulations. They were putting them out of business. That would have forced them to shut
Melissa,
down.
thanks for the roses.
4 plants we saved right here in Kentucky, and some of the people that work at those plants are here with us.
He said windmills causes cancer. I know that.
It's very powerful, and it is now with modern equipment.
MHF, thanks for following.
But it's a very powerful fuel, It's very powerful. And if it wasn't China and some of these other big behemoths would not be using it. They use it because it's powerful.
It's almost like 40-50% of China, the Chinese energy comes from renewables. And I think it was like 25-ish, 30% comes from wind energy. China has so much wind energy from wind farms that it's laughable that Trump lies that China doesn't use wind energy at all.
He says, I'm sorry, darling, we have absolutely no energy. There's no wind tonight. What a scam. That's a pretty big scam. That's one of the top. I say that's a top 5. It's about 5 that are real beauties. I also announced a lease agreement for $1.5 billion of private sector uranium enrichment facility in Paducah. Paducah.
Trump saying something is a scam after pardoning 80 fraudsters is kind of hilarious and ironic.
The terrorist regime in Iran with Operation Epic Fury.
Epstein Fury. Don't they use water energy where you are? Not enough, Ray. Not enough. In Ireland, they don't use that much.
Is that a great name?
Yeah, Epstein Fury is the best name.
You win. You know, you can only do. And we've won. Let me tell you, we've won.
Oh.
You know, you never like to say too early.
They won the Iran war already.
In the first hour, it was over.
Oh, they won it in an hour.
But they gave me a list of names of generals. Sir, you can pick the name you'd like, sir. I said,
oh, goddamn. I didn't know they won in an hour.
On Iran, sir. And they gave me like 20 names. And I'm like falling asleep.
I wonder if this hour is the same as he said that he's going to end the Russia-Ukraine war in a day.
I like that name.
His meds are kicking in.
And my administration, as you know better than anybody, is also working to keep the oil flowing. It's flowing all over. We knocked out, you know, they wanted to drop some mines. Very friendly people, mines, so boats blow up.
They did do that, and boats did blow up, and people did die, and Trump is making fun of it.
So fast, I've never seen anything. Think of it. They knocked out 54 ships.
This is Trump in Kentucky.
They're real ships. In fact, I got angry at my people. I said, are they any good? Yeah, they're warships. I said, why the hell did we kill them? Why didn't we just capture them and use them in our Navy? They said they wouldn't have qualified.
Nothing funnier than mass slaughter.
I got a little upset with my people. I said,
well, Trump likes it.
And actually, one of my generals said, sir, it's a lot more fun doing it this way. But we knocked out 58 naval ships. We knocked out their Navy, okay? Let's put it that way. But they also knocked out the
Angela S. Thanks for the rose.
Layers. They call them mine layers. They put mines in the water. Lovely job. Isn't that nice? Blow up ships. And we knocked out 31 of them.
Trump told the oil rigs to go through the barricade in Hormuz. And the ships thought that the US would protect them, and they got blown off. So every single ship that blows off in the Strait of Hormuz for the past like 48 hours is because of Trump. And Trump doesn't give a fuck. He says shit, people take it seriously, they do it, they die, and then Trump is like, oopsie poopsie.
People work very fast, but I'm pleased to report that earlier today, the International Energy Agency agreed to coordinate the release of a record 400 million barrels of oil from various...
Nothing but Israel war Epstein clients. I wish Trump was the Prime Minister of the UK.
Reduce the oil prices as we end this threat to America and this threat
Lanny, thanks for the follow as well.
We don't want to leave early, do we?
I remember September 12th where most were saying blow the shit out of the entire Middle East.
Over the past 11 days, our military has virtually destroyed
Brooks, thanks to follow Blue and Ernest as well.
Tough country. Their air force is gone, totally gone. That took the better part of about 3 hours.
Okay.
They no longer have radar. They don't have anti-aircraft equipment.
They don't need that because Russia is providing them intel about the US military positions and what they're going to do. And Trump is fine with that because he's a friend of Putin and he doesn't care about US service members getting hurt or dying.
And frankly, nobody has ever seen anything like it. Nobody's ever seen anything like.
Will
what
someone
you
tell her
witnessed
the nurse
now,
her
and that can
emancipation
include
escape
the
and bet
original
again?
killing of Soleimani and al-Baghdadi.
Al-Baghdadi.
Two of the worst killers in the world that I did. As well as Operation
Make us
Midnight Hammer, where
sick
we
fuck about what
totally
you just got
obliterated
done saying.
Iran's nuclear potential. We obliterated it. They don't have nuclear potential.
I mean, if the Operation Midnight
And then
Hammer was a
during-
success,
after
they shouldn't
Midnight
have had
Hammer,
nuclear
then we left, we
capabilities.
figured that'll be the end of them for a while, but they started again.
Oh,
Why?
of course
Gotta
they
finish
did.
it, right?
Maybe the
We don't
Operation
wanna go
Midnight
back
Hammer was
every
a
2 years
failure,
and
except
that's- 'cause, you know,
the reports
someday
came from
when you
UN
don't have me as president,
and the nuclear watchdog
have
that they didn't have
perhaps-
any plans for nuclear weapons.
Perhaps you'll have a weak, pathetic person.
Also,
like we've had in the past.
Oman's minister, who was negotiating
Like
with
Barack
US
Hussein
and
Obama, who
Iran,
signed
said
one of
that
the worst
they
deals
agreed to
ever
give
with Iran.
promises not to make
they were
nuclear
going to
weapons,
give
but it
up
didn't fly with Trump and
everything.
Netanyahu
Remember
because
when
they
they
shifted
filled
the
up a
goalposts to
757 with
include
billions of dollars of
ballistic
cash?
missiles and other mid-range missiles
Billions,
as well.
people forget
So
that.
when Trump and
That's when I
Netanyahu got
realized
what
the
they wanted,
presidency is very powerful.
they shifted the goalposts. So they literally had the fucking guarantees that Iran is not gonna enhance uranium and don't have a active nuclear program to create nuclear weapons. They had that a day before the strikes. But they shifted the goalposts to include ballistic missiles and other missiles as well. They had a meeting the following Monday and they attacked on Saturday. They decided to go there because Bibi fucking has wanted to invade Iran since the 1992. Bibi has said that he wants to take out Iran.
Embarrassing day in the history of our country. Embarrassing. 13 dead, but hundreds and hundreds are dead from, I count both sides, you know, I do. I count both sides, sorry.
Please, a
Hundreds
stroke
and
would be
hundreds
great right now by Donny.
And
Do you think it really
instead of
controls
people
US
from
government?
Bagram, they fled, you know, I hate to even say it. There's no reason. We were in there, I was the one.
I wouldn't say control the
That was
complete
right.
government,
They
but
were
they do
pounding the hell
have
out of 'em.
a lot of
They
influence.
didn't like Donald Trump, the Taliban.
Not Israel, but Israel's government.
You know that. And this guy comes in.
What do you think he's addressing this Kentucky? It's a huge MAGA state. Well, he's probably gonna talk about the nominee against Thomas Massey, because Thomas Massey is also from Kentucky and Trump hates Thomas Massey, because Thomas Massey brought the spotlight to Epstein files.
You give it a tank of gas, little jet fuel, and you fly it out.
Donald Trump and the chamber
Sure,
of
they're
the
gonna
Epstein
start from
files.
paper plane. These are the exact opposite generals as we have now. Do we love General Raisin Cane? Right? He's great. But oil prices are already coming back down, and it's going to come down. But we're not leaving until that job is finished, and it's going to be very fast.
Wait, Trump.
We're not-
You just said that you won the
We're not gonna
war.
count on having
in an
competent
hour.
presidents. We have to
And
assume
now you're
we're gonna
saying
have
that
incompetent
you're
ones
not
like
done.
The one we had last time, they couldn't walk off
Wait a
the
second.
stage,
He said that he
remember?
won
He'd
the
finish
war
with
in
a
an hour,
speech. The speech would last about 2 minutes.
and now he
People would
says
come
that
out.
it's not done.
Not many, like 2 people. And he'd be finished with the speech, and then he could never find his way off the platform.
Israel is spying on Trump. Netanyahu called Trump immediately and made Trump
so
call
many
of
stairs,
peace
like,
deal.
I have
30
4
thanks to the
sets of
follow.
stairs
Well,
on
of
the
course
wall.
they have like Lindsey Graham there as well.
haven't
Lindsey
been
Graham is one of the biggest warmongers in the United
Or
States.
walking
He
up,
said that he will
your
die
breath
for
went out. You
Israel.
know the problem with this, it can happen. You could slip. I could slip. I came downstairs today that was so.
He's not even
You could
pro-Israel
slip.
anymore. He is literally.
And I have steel
Probably a
stairs.
Mossad agent.
But I do it very slow.
Hiroshima, thanks for the follow.
Because nobody cares if you said a
He lost and losing big time. I stand
The
with
only
Iran.
thing I admired about
California
President
gas is
Obama, which was
$6 a gallon.
actually. But
ZJ,
thing
thanks for the follow as well.
is the way he bobbed down. Remember, he'd bob. Hey, you talk about
Football lover,
unpresidential.
you might want to
He bobbed.
see what
And I
California
couldn't
does
believe
for the
that he
rest
made it
states.
without at least a noticeable major fall.
Football lover, you might want to
But
look
Biden
what
was the
California does
opposite,
for the red
right?
states.
Couldn't even walk up the stairs. He fell. 3
Not saying
times.
California is a good place. I would never live there.
And the world
But let's not
watches that, and they
fucking
don't like seeing it,
invent
although
stuff here,
they
right?
actually do like seeing it, because because they say, what the hell is going on? Or when he fell at the Air Force Academy, right? And the general was standing there, could have caught him.
William, thanks for the follow.
He didn't want to drop
Nick,
the
yeah,
gun
as well.
he was holding in his hand. So Biden went down for the count.
Yeah,
We have a
California is the
country now
fourth
that's-
largest economy
We don't play
in
games.
the
We have
world.
the greatest military, and it's so nice to see. So nice to see.
All blue states need to pull our money
And they
out
wanna get
of
back
red
in
states. They
office
only
in the
want. Okay,
midterms,
yeah,
and you
yeah. True,
can't
true.
let
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Did you see that they went to Munich, right? You saw that.
München. Okay.
So Gavin Newsom, he admitted that Gavin Newsom. So I think his career is over. Okay, let's get off the teleprompter. Do you mind if I get off the teleprompter?
Okay. Yes, definitely. Go off the teleprompter. This is gonna be absolute fucking cinema.
I have these great speech writers. I drive them crazy because half of the time I'm not. But Gavin Newsom,
Thanks for
in an
the follow.
interview,
Let me know that. Thanks for the follow as well. Oh, somebody passed out in the background.
you have a doctor in the house, please, doctor.
Sorry, this is not for Trump. Trump didn't pass out or die, but somebody did pass out in the background.
Yeah, take your time, please.
Yeah. Don't take too long because Trump's meds are gonna worn off, so Trump is gonna get agitated by.
Take your time.
Oh, he's already fucking agitated. Look at. He's so fucking annoyed that somebody's stealing his spotlight. Look at this. So fucking annoyed that somebody got a medical emergency and taking the spotlight out of him. What a fucking scumbag. I remember.
All the time. These are great people. They wait so long, hours and hours. They're great people, right? We have all the time, right?
Go over and check, bro. Yeah, exactly. You remember the video of that woman passing out in one of Obama's rallies, where when Obama cut his speech and actually hauled the woman up. Obama did some horrible things, but at least he cared about like some humans, not all. He didn't care about like immigrant children, but he cared about some. Would have loved to have experienced India because PC times when it was non-violent. They're probably gonna sue the person. Yeah, Trump is literally like, because he knows that his meds are gonna like run out within like an hour or so. So he needs to have that energy to have that speech.
Responders are incredible, by the way.
That's sarcasm. He's saying because they're so fucking slow. Okay, this is a good time for me. If you've ever seen like, did you watch when Trump had the Miami football team accepting the reward? Instead of like making that ceremony for the Miami FC, he made it all about himself. Everything he tied back to himself. He needs to be in the middle of the center of attention every time. Epstein was a Democrat. So was Trump. What's the argument here? Trump was really good friends with Bill Clinton and Epstein. Let's get rid of all three. 100%. Told you that Trump followers are going to die with him. Same when Chelsea won the football in the summer, he made all about himself. Oh yeah. He's just so fucking narcissistic and he needs to make everything about himself. Did we not all hear him say if he ran, he'd run Republicans, they are stupid? Some of us did, not all. Lol, did you actually read everything? Read everything what? Not all the comments though. Wait. When did Trump switch and why Trump kick Epstein? Well, Trump said that he Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago because this is Trump's own words, because he found out that he's a horrible man and a really nasty person. But then Bill Clinton, under oath, testified that Trump told him that the reason why they weren't anymore in relations was because of real estate deal. Nothing mentioned about their like what Epstein has done or anything. It was just about a real estate deal. So that's the like. I know, yeah, Trump was a Democrat. Trump was also a donor for Bill Clinton when Bill Clinton ran for presidency. They were really good friends. Epstein and Trump was good friends as well. Like, yeah, those three are Democrats. I don't care. I'm not a Democrat. Fuck them. Like, they're, in my eyes, horrible people, so. Iran is about to stealing their oil and to make sure his investment in Gaza is secure. Gaza 2.0. That's such a fucking sad situation that they're literally planning on making a holiday resort out of Gaza without like Palestinians themselves. They're giving foreign interest groups and fucking Jared Kushner. What the fuck? Jared Kushner like heading that whole Board of Peace bullshit. Like, that's so dumb. In the meanwhile, while we're waiting for Trump to come back, Papa, thanks for the follow. Trump has spoken about the US strike on an Iranian warship near Sri Lanka, saying he questions why the US sank the ship, killing dozens of crew members. I said, why the hell did we kill them? Why did we just capture them and use them in our Navy? Trump said at a campaign rally in Hebron, Kentucky. Did I miss that? Israel is attacking Lebanon again. Kuwait's air defense is off. Qatar says Iran launched 9 ballistic missiles at its territory. Presidents of Lebanon, Syria, and France hold tripartite talks on regional security. Israeli strikes hit towns across southern Lebanon. Israel is spreading their civilian children and women killing ways to neighboring countries as well. Why it seems Israeli strikes more in Lebanon than Iran? I mean, Hezbollah probably. But also because they want to expand their territory from the Israeli border all the way to Damascus. Like Netanyahu said, and they're going to go through Lebanon to do that. Which is kind of a detour if you think about it. It's kind of a weird detour. That's the thing from last year. Sri Lanka ship was an invited ceremony game in India with us. They want Lebanon. Oh yeah. Well, they want Lebanon and they want all of the fucking area there. Destruction is coming with those meant for destruction. That's a kind of a doomsday way of thinking. The Greater Israeli Project. There is a map drawn and there is a map for that. I've always been treating the Greater Israeli Project as a conspiracy theory, but for the past few years, like it's looking more and more like it's not necessarily completely conspiracy theory. The IDF soldiers will all patch off the map. Yes, they do. The IDF soldiers are also horrible people. All theories are true. Once Bibi Netanyahu and the Israeli government is trial for crimes against humanity or war crimes, every single IDF soldier should be there as well. They are as guilty as their government. And then there's going to be Hamas, of course. Hamas should be also tried for crimes against humanity or war crimes. So in that trial, there should be Hamas, Bibi Netanyahu and his government, and also the IDF, all of them. The way in which America here have understood that we have a uniparty is amazing as a New York Finn. Hey, thanks for the Power Diamond, and also thanks for the Sent Poplin Light Water. I think they will pass before they face any consequences, I'm afraid. I'm afraid so. Wasn't it Netanyahu's brother that got killed? Was it after all his brother? Let's see if I have a fact check here. Because there was a lot of buzz in the social media about it. One such claim alleged that Ido Netanyahu, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's brother, has been killed, while Itamar Ben-Gvir, Israel's national security minister, has been injured. Benjamin Netanyahu's brother, Ido Netanyahu, has lost his life after Iranian missiles. There have been no reports of or official confirmation that Itamar Ben-Gvir residence in Tel Aviv was targeted in airstrike, although Tel Aviv was targeted, though. So I think that's still up to crabs. So he's still alive, probably. Every day I wake up and pray I will read Trump. Nah. I mean, there is gonna be one person when he passes off, either like natural way or helped, that I'm gonna celebrate, and it's probably gonna be Benjamin Netanyahu. It has nothing to do with his religion. It has nothing to do with the citizens of Israel. But when Benjamin Netanyahu dies, that's probably gonna be one of the only times that I'm actually going to celebrate a bit. Because first of all, the Israeli people are free from that fucking warmonger who's putting their lives on the harm's way. And also Palestinians are now free from that warmonger. The arbiter of death. Minister of death. It's extreme right-wing government that are the problem. Yes, that is true. We are back, baby. Trump is back.
Take power, they'll terminate it. 800,000 Kentucky. So you have, think of that. You have no tax on Social Security. 800,000 seniors, and they will end it. We got to win the midterms. We also made interest on auto loans tax deductible. First time that's ever happened, but I did put a little
Evening from South
proviso.
Africa. What up, South Africa?
The car has to be made in America for you to get it.
The car has to be
Our
made.
tax cuts are projected to raise incomes in the Commonwealth by $5,400.
It's wild that he's willing to do those tax cuts for like elderly people, but not for the youth. You know why? Because his support among the elderly is so much higher than his support among the youth. So he doesn't really need to win them. He needs to punish them for not voting for him.
Boost household take-home pay for
When we
you
just thank him for
by
freeing
nearly
all of those millions of people
$10,000
from the
and protect
repressive
more
regime.
than 84,000 Kentucky jobs.
Jamie Williamson, Trump has done shit. The regime is still there. Like, yeah, Ayatollah is dead, but he has a replacement, and the replacement of that replacement, and the replacement of that replacement of that replacement. So he's actually done absolute fucking shit for the Iranians yet, except killed 1,800 civilians in Iran. 1,800, about 16 to 2,000 civilians killed in this conflict. So he's not destroyed the regime, and he's killed almost 2,000 civilians. Good job. Destroying civilian infrastructure, destroying civilian businesses. That's 100% for the Iranian people. And also, once he's done the regime change, the Iranian people will not choose the next leader. It's gonna be Trump and Netanyahu. He said it many times. They might have elections, but if the elected leader isn't suitable for the United States and Israel, they're just going to do it again. That's not freedom. There's another word for that.
At a minimum. And some of the jobs we're creating or protecting are right here at Verse Logistics. So let me call up your outstanding CEO, Paul. Come on up real fast, Paul. Come on. Paul Verse. Come on up here, Paul. Let's go. Do it fast, Paul. They don't want to hear from you.
It's a colony. Yes, Bonita. It's a colony. Donald Trump, supreme leader of Iran.
I wish I could have gone before him.
Netanyahu didn't die yet.
Thank you, President Trump. Thank you for allowing
You're another liberal that's obsessed over my president. Oh no, somebody criticized my cult leader. I need to protect my cult leader that loves fucking young kids and protects pedophiles. Don't worry, pedophile. I'll protect you. What a fucking loser.
The no tax on overtime.
Well, his Department of Justice and his admin is protecting pedophiles. He's also pardoning fraudsters. 80 of them last year. Don't worry, I'll protect you.
This amazing benefit, the savings they will realize.
It's the same people who bend over backwards for billionaires. Like, it's one of the weirdest fucking things to do.
Children, pay bills, or make a down payment on
Laura, thanks for the follow as well.
Our family and companies have a mission.
Gianna, thanks for the follow as well.
Communities. The savings from the lower tax rates and permanently full expensing of equipment will allow us to invest back in our
Money,
local
thanks for the follow as well.
communities of supporting nonprofit organizations and providing educational scholarship money.
Now
to
it's
students
2026,
attending
thanks for the
local high
follow as
schools
well.
and colleges.
Breathe,
Many
it
of our
will be
Verse
okay.
Family owners and members who are with us today understands how vital the extension of the estate tax credit exemption.
No tax for overtime. Or on what jobs?
Our
Raiders.
sweat and equity are tied to this building. Many of
Kimi Koko,
us
thanks for the follow.
and our business.
Can I skip this part? I don't really give a fuck about Kentucky though. The only good thing coming from Kentucky is Thomas Massey.
Wow, he did a good job.
And Thomas Massey is the only reason why Thomas
You think
Massey is a
that's
good,
easy to do? That's
good
not
Republican is because he forced the Epstein files out.
Sometimes I'll say that
Even
the
though
head
the
of a company,
DOJ and
he's
FBI
come up
tried
with
not to
no
let them
hope.
release, and also Trump tried
Very
his
good.
hardest
Thank
not to
you
let
very
them
much.
released.
Thank you for the prayer. Also with us today is
Yeah, Thomas
Sammy
Massey has done a really good
Biddle,
job.
who works at the restaurant and bar in nearby Newport, Kentucky. Sammy makes over half of her income through tips. And now, thanks to the no tax on tips, her tax liability has been slashed by more than 50%.
It would be nicer if you just paid the waiters a bit more so they wouldn't rely on tips. It's just an idea. I know that's a bit of a leftist idea to, you know, pay your workers a living salary. But
The average filer's tax refund this
I'm
year
probably a
soared
fucking communist for saying that.
nearly $4,000. You're saving $4,000, and Sammy's receiving even more, over $5,000. So Sammy's going to make
Kentucky pays
over
servers $2.14 an hour.
more than anticipated, all because of the great big beautiful bill that the Republicans got passed. But with not one,
American supporting
Democrat
Trump should
vote.
be watching him
they wanna
live, not
raise your
writing comments
taxes.
over
They're
here.
going to raise your taxes. So Sammy, come on up for a second and say hello, Sammy.
Why? They're watching it live here. We're listening. And also getting some good context to the bullshit that he's saying, for example, of the windmills in China. That he lies. He lies so
Thank
much
you,
that
Mr.
it's good that
President.
it's good that he's being fact-checked from time to time when he lies so much.
Hello, everyone.
And that's what AI should be used for. For example, the speech that he's giving now, the rally he's giving, there should be an AI fact-checker in every single outlet, in every single social media, that MAGA idiots who are also in the chat would know actually how much bullshit he's spouting out.
A big dream of mine has always been to save up enough money to buy a nice piece of land and eventually build a home on that land.
I try to tip everyone in Oulu over the holidays because I'm so used to doing it.
On tips and overtime policy, I got more year-end
Tips should be
tax cuts than I
voluntary and
ever
not
had,
like
and
mandatory to
helped
keep
get
somebody
that much
fucking
closer to
living.
my American dream. Thank you, Mr. President.
For Trump, wind turbines are the Muslim of renewable energy. Is Trump going to admit he hit the Iranian school? No, now all of a sudden he just stopped talking about it.
Thank you, Sammy. So millions and millions of Kentucky families.
Millions and millions and millions.
To what we did with respect to tax cuts, and I just described
Millions and millions of
every single Democratic
people who are relying on tips.
Every single one, not one voted for it. They want tax increases along with just one.
Not only hit the
Republican
school,
voted
they
against.
double tapped it for 40 minutes
what
later.
his
That
name
is true.
He is the worst person.
Oh,
His name is
Thomas Massey.
What the hell? How did he ever end up in Kentucky?
I told you he's going to
His
mention
name
it.
is Thomas Massey.
I know Trump so well.
How did he ever end up here, Paul? Anyway, no, Massey voted against tax cuts for seniors. He voted against tax cuts for overtime workers. And he voted against tax cuts for earners, tip earners.
But do you know what he did?
He wanted to
He fought
increase
against.
the
He
taxes.
fought for the
voted
victims of
Democrats. He
Epstein and
voted
children,
against our historic
against sex
funding
trafficking
for
and
border
pedophilia.
security.
The one that
Voted
Trump didn't
against
want to.
border security, where we
A lot of
took the
Trump
worst
supporters
border in
didn't
the
want
history
those
of
to
our
come
country,
out.
made it the
Thomas
best
Massey
border in the
pushed it
history
out.
of our country in 2.5 months.
So
He voted against it. And he voted against eligibility verification
Chase, thanks to follow.
for welfare
Rage
recipients.
YNZ,
Nobody has
thanks
to be
for-
eligible. Just pick up whatever you want. The people in this room don't.
oh,
like
now
that.
it's 2026. Thanks for the heart and
Thomas
mustache. I missed
Massey
that
also
completely.
voted with
Sheila,
the
thanks for the
radical left
heart.
Democrats in Congress to keep the federal
Book
government shut
Hooker,
down
thanks for the
during
15 roses.
open border crusade, while our military went without pay. He voted for our
MM
military not to
Heat
get
Her,
that.
thanks to the follow as well. Trump is unable to speak for 3 minutes
And
without
now
blaming someone for
Massey,
his own BS.
He's the worst. And I don't say that. I never
Martin
hate
Noel,
a
thanks
guy
for the
like that.
thumbs up.
The guy's a boss. We call him Rand Paul Jr. He votes against everything.
He votes 90% aligned
At
with
least
the
I like
Republicans.
Rand a little bit. Can't love a guy that votes. I got him
Up to
elected
$5,000.
twice.
That's
If I
used
didn't
car
endorse
salesman
him, he
phrase.
was
I
not
wonder
gonna
if
get
they
elected.
see that along with their
But
Doge.
I did a little
I mean,
bit.
they didn't get the
Rand votes
the
against
the
us all
Doge
the time, but
checks. They didn't get the tariff checks. Like
would
anything
say
Trump promises, you need to
And
take
now
it with a grain of
Thomas
salt
Massey
because
is
his memory is
attacking
2
a
weeks.
great
That's why he always
Navy
says that
SEAL
2
hero.
weeks.
This is a real hero.
He doesn't understand calendars. He
Ed
doesn't understand time.
Galrine,
It's wild calling yourself Jesus. You might
who's
want to
running
read it again,
against him
Stevie.
in the primary. You know why? Because he's not doing right for our president. He didn't want to run for office. He's a hero. He's a farmer.
He never promised
hero.
any of
He's
that.
a
No, okay,
tremendous
Kenny.
war hero, but he's a farmer right here. He's like central casting. I said, this is the guy.
Dementia Don.
I wanted to,
He
I wanted
remembers
to
only 2
be
weeks.
somebody with
That's
a
why he says
warm
2 weeks all
body
the
to
time.
beat Massey. And I got somebody with a warm body, but a big, beautiful brain and a great patriot. He's unbelievable. And he did it because he said he's disrespecting our country. He votes against everything. And Ed became an independent a few years ago because he was so angry at the way the Republican Party was operating. And I don't disagree with him. Other people did too. But then Ed came back, and he came back strong because I got involved. And he came back stronger than he ever was. And now he's all the way, he's in this party and he's in it.
Why does
And he said,
anybody
"I came
believe him?
back
He lies like
because
no
of
one
the
has ever
strength
before.
and wisdom
Some might even say better than
that
ever
Donald Trump
before.
displayed," and I appreciate that. That's a nice. I think I'm going to use him in an ad. I think I'll use that statement. I'm going to use that statement in an ad. Strength and wisdom. I put wisdom.
Donald Trump has promised or repeatedly proposed sending tariff dividends or rebate checks to US citizens funded by revenue from his administration tariff imports. He first floated the idea in mid-2025 and made it more explicit in November 2025 via post on Truth Social, where he stated that dividends of at least $2,000 per person, excluding high-income people, would be paid to everyone or to low- and middle-income US citizens. He described this as a way to return some of the trillions of dollars, his claim, in tariff revenue to Americans, while using the rest of the pay down the national debt. And of course, we know that the United States States and Trump has not made that much money from tariffs. So those checks were always going to be BS. Who the fuck said that he didn't say that? Of course, everybody with a brain knew that he said that, but Kenny didn't know that. But Kenny said that he lives in the United States, so he knows better than a person who lives in Ireland. So, good job, Kenny. Good job. Oh, now we're shifting goalposts.
Them in quotes because I didn't say it, he did. But many people have joined and rejoined our party, but Massey did not because he only votes no. He just votes no. Doesn't matter. I could give him the best things in the history of a Republican voter, and he'd vote no.
Cairo,
There's
thanks for the follow.
something wrong with him. It'll
Companies
be
suing
interesting
for
to see what he.
companies suing for tariff refunds, but they pass the costs into US to the Americans. Now the government has to pay back corporations and others. Yeah, I know. And it's wild that even like Americans are so like not all Americans. Usually the ones in Kentucky, for example. I'm sorry if somebody's from Kentucky, but people from Mississippi, Alabama, Kentucky might not understand that tariff is a tax, and that tax is paid by the consumer in the United States, not the foreign country. So that is wild that people are like, oh yeah, we're getting $2,000 dividend checks from tariffs. Yeah, social welfare, tax refunds. I thought Ozzy Osbourne passed. You were wrong. Ozzy is living.
With the Save America Act, which is
Socialism for them? Yes. The companies pay the tariff and then they pass it to the consumer. Yes. So the consumer pays it because the companies need to make profit. We have to remember that that's the capitalist dream, is to maximize your profit. So if your costs are going up, what do? You increase the prices or you soak up the costs. And because you need to maximize, so either way, you fire people because your costs are going up, or you raise your prices when and therefore the consumers pay more. So it's like, yeah, Alisa, just like you said, it is a VAT. When is Barron going to quit school and enlist? I hope tomorrow.
is very simply, I think he has to vote for it, but he's a nut job, so you never know.
US is an appropriate chant and
All voters
international sporting events.
must show voter ID. 98%.
Barron is too tall for the military. I mean, we can cut Barron in half and send him in 2 pieces or something like that. Ozzy is with Lemmy. That is true, and also Dio. Even though they didn't like each other, Ozzy and Dio.
All voters must show a little thing called proof of citizenship in order to vote.
I wonder if Barron inherited the bone spurs. I mean, that document is probably easily copied because, of course, we all know that it's bullshit. Oh my god, speaking of Air Force. Gorgeous hair, oh my god, thanks. Speaking of Air Force, did you see who got a place in the fucking US military? Did you read about Erica Kirk? Trump names Erica Kirk to key advisory board of US Air Force Academy. I told you it's a whole fucking big grift. Like immediately when she started having those WWE entrances in like talking about Charlie Kirk and all of that BS. I don't even think she gave a fuck about Charlie Kirk dying. Sorry about saying this, but like she's done such a good job of just making a lot of money for herself and showing that she doesn't really give a fuck, you know? But everybody moans differently. I gave her the benefit of a doubt, and I didn't speak about this when it started happening. You know, those WWE entrances. Like, she didn't have a catchphrase, so, except she said that Charlie's last words, like, in the house was Shabbat Shalom or something like that. I think that's a bit of a catchphrase. It's not as good as Austin 316 or what The Rock is cooking. It's not as good as of a catchphrase as those, but now we know. Who was here when I said that the only way J.D. Vance is going to win the presidency, the next presidential election, is that if he kicks his current wife out and marries Erica Kirk? We are getting close to that timeline. We are getting close to that timeline. That next J.D. Vance is going to announce that he and his wife are going to get a divorce. And then Erica Kirk, next script, is going to be swooping in and taking J.D. and ensuring that J.D. is going to be the next president. Like, she has no competency in that. None. The only thing she is the widow of Charlie Kirk. That's it. Did you see J.D. Vance's wife during the alternative house show? I didn't watch that. The Kirk Vance children will need so much therapy. And when Erica Kirk eventually wants to become president herself, J.D. Vance is going to be assassinated, and then Erica Kirk will use that. I'm already like painting you a future picture that's going to happen. She's now joining a fucking advisory key advisory board in U.S. Air Force Academy. That's just fucking wild. I'm gonna say that's gonna happen. Like, it's not even like a speculation. Like, J.D. Vance and Erica Kirk will get married or together at some point. Probably before the presidential elections. I don't see him divorcing Usha. Lisa, I do. It's, after all, J.D. Vance is a part of the MAGA movement. So there are crazier things happen. And there are some MAGA fans that don't like Usha because of her family, you know, where she's from. There are a lot of MAGA in Mississippi, Kentucky, Tennessee, a lot of red states that don't like J.D. Vance being together with an Indian woman. So Erica Kirk would be perfect for that because Erica Kirk is blonde. She has blue eyes. You know, the Aryan heritage. The pure Aryan heritage from, you know. She looks too brown. Yeah. J.D. Vance would change his name to something a bit more like suiting for example, Adolf Vance. How do you know that all those states don't like Usha? No, they don't like colored people.
Except for illness, disability, military.
I didn't say all of the states hate Usha. I said that there's a lot of MAGA voters in those states that don't like colored people.
Well, you're away. You can't get there. We'll be generous.
J.D. Goering. Oh my god, that's so much better. J.D. Goering. That's so much better than, what did I say? Adolf Vance. Yeah, I like J.D. Goering more. Joseph Vance would be, that would be kind of lit. Are still people naming Adolf in Germany or Austria? I think there's Adolf there. There's Adolf in Finland as well.
And then I added two things. We call them best of. You know what they are? Best of Trump. These are the best of. No men in women's sports.
How many men are in women's sports? Three. Let's see. Often in the single digits to low dozens at most in documented competitive settings, representing a 0.01% of participants. Oh, goddamn. That's a low amount, so that's a really important topic. Yeah. 0.01%. Goddamn. That's an important topic to have a conversation. Not the homeless. Not like states that don't allow abortions. But yeah, 100%. Veterans are still getting fucked by the government. Also, there are 9/11 responders still suffering and not getting the payments they are deserved by the government. So yeah, 100% an important topic to have a conversation. Latex Drill, thanks for the Alice, new favorite streamer. May your channel grow big, bro. From Street. I recognize your name. Meanwhile, the 1% billionaires are destroying us. Yeah, but like, that's an interesting number, like 0.01. So that just shows like how big of a deal they're making about a small thing that's not actually even an issue. It's a non-issue.
99%. That's 99. And no transgender mutilization surgery for our children.
The original tweet from Trump was kind of saying differently, but he was put in his place quite quickly. Did you see that? Trump originally said that no transgender mutilization surgery for children unless getting permission from the parents. He tweeted that. Well, he posted in Truth Social. Then he deleted that and made the edited version where the permission from the parent was deleted. Of course he did. Yeah, he needs to stop talking about children's genitalia. I think that's super weird. Coming from a best bro of Epstein. Abortion is extremely politicized here in the US. That is true. But it's a really easy like topic in politics. It's just like women's rights to choose, you know?
That's it. That's...
Trump couldn't even name a women's sports team. I don't think he could. Worry about Finland. Yeah, I do worry about Finland. I do worry quite a lot of countries around the world. You know why, Margaret? Because I'm not... I don't live in my own bubble. I understand how different countries affect global politics. There are a few countries in the world you might want to listen to now, Margaret. I'm going to tell you something really fucking important. Pay attention. For example, the superpowers, United States, Russia, China, whenever they do something, it affects global politics. So when, for example, the orangutan Mango Mussolini opens his mouth and threatens his allies in Europe, he's bringing his bullshit to my world. So, of course, I'm going to have a conversation and talk about Trump, because what Trump is doing is destabilizing the whole fucking world, affecting global politics in Ireland, where I live, and also in Finland, my birth country. So, if Trump just kept his mouth shut, focused on the issues of the Americans, and wouldn't bring his bullshit to other continents, I wouldn't need to talk about Trump as much. But because he's a fucking egoistic, narcissistic idiot who thinks that he needs to be the center of attention everywhere, all the time, he does that shit. And of course, he's controlled by foreign interest groups and also businesses, so he has to do that. Because he's gotten a lot of money from different companies and interest groups, so he owes them. Because we know Trump is cash poor, he doesn't have any fucking money. So he needs to do that. Otherwise, Don Jr. can't get his cocaine, Barron Trump doesn't get his growth hormones, Gavin Newsom couldn't mess around with Melania all the time, and Eric Trump is just, I don't know what Eric Trump does, but something. So sorry, Margaret, for talking about the United States, but unfortunately, the President of the United States is fucking up the world for everybody. fuck.
Said. And I
And
think
it's that sort of like stupid ignorance from Americans that think that only what Trump is doing is affecting them. It's just fucking... It's the lack of education, in my opinion, because America is a huge place. So, of course, they already have a state size of like countries in Europe and around the world. So it is a huge place, so you need to kind of focus. But they don't even know what's happening on the East Coast from the West Coast or the other way around. That's baffling for anybody who's gone to school in Europe, because in Europe, when we're taught in schools, we're taught in world history, different countries. We taught about like politics around different countries like Sweden, Russia, Estonia immediately when we're young, Norway, all the like Nordic countries, Scandinavia. Then we expand that, because when we start following news, when we get to our teenage years, we actually notice that, oh my God, there's a lot of news from Latvia, there's a lot of news from Germany, Netherlands, Ireland, UK. So we are bombarded with news around the European countries, so we learn how to read global news. Then it's easy to expand that to the United States. That's easy to expand to Asia, because we've already balanced so many countries inside Europe. So I understand it's unfathomable for Americans to understand that us Europeans might be interested in global politics, especially when it's affecting us, what your dementia Donald is doing in the United States. Sorry for the long rant, guys, but I just wanted to emphasize that point, if somebody didn't already know that. It's sad. Oh, Tina Marie, it's sad that you had to explain that. Yeah, I need to explain that, like, from time to time. World news here in the US is 99% about the US only. Exactly. America is the world we have the luxury of not caring. They have no impact on us. Who revealed you're speaking facts? Can I, Joan? No, thanks.
I think we're going to get it
Maybe
approved in
one
the
time.
House, and I hear the Senate has a...
I'm not stupid or arrogant, lack of education. You're placing everyone the
How
same.
can you have a hard time?
I mean, I'm sorry, Ned Sketty, but you didn't really listen what I said. I didn't say you personally. I said in a broader context. A lot of Americans lack the education to understand and look outwards. And that's why Mango Mussolini is in lead, because he's emphasizing and he's creating that division inside the United States and turning everybody like, we should be only looking inward, we shouldn't look outward, we should only take care of ourselves, fuck everybody else mentality.
But Massey wants to vote no, but on this one he may be forced. I mean,
We have 11 aircraft carriers, the rest
So
of
I
the
just
world
wanna say
combined has
this.
8.
Thomas Massey is a disaster for our party. He comes from
Whoa,
a
whoa, whoa,
state-
whoa, whoa. You're a paid opposition. Who's paying me? Where the fuck is my money? You're a paid opposition. Who rebuilt Europe after World War II? You're a paid opposition. Oh my God, I need to pin that comment. That's so... Like, where is my money? Here's a bit of a... here's an unfavorable thing to say for anyone who thinks that everyone is all about money. I will never accept money and change my political views. I don't care. Even if it's life-changing money, I don't care. If somebody wants to pay me money for the things I talk about, that might be different. But even then, I would put my integrity in line, because I am so heavily against lobbying and corruption. And when I'm having these conversations, there would be a risk that someone would associate me to another entity and saying that I'm saying those things because of that. I don't want that. My opinions aren't bought. I am not for sale. Send love, thanks for that. Pete, thanks for the send love. That's probably hard to understand if you live in a country where money is everything and reputation is everything. I don't really care. You can ask my friends, you can ask my wife. I've been talking about these topics way before I had like hundreds of viewers. I'm gonna keep talking about them even if I had, like, let's say, thousands of viewers or tens of thousands of viewers. You will see the same topics over and over again. Bokti, thanks for the follow.
That I won by a landslide, got the highest vote in the history of.
Don't listen to
your
Maga. I'm with
Commonwealth.
you. Can't be
The
bought.
highest vote.
Because,
I
like,
got
it would be so hypocritical of me to accept money when I'm literally talking almost every stream that all corruption and lobbying should be illegal, punishable by jail time when it comes to politics. So it would be hypocritical of me to accept money. I think anyone who accepts money when they're a politician from other than their governmental paychecks should be jailed. You know that person was a paid bot. I probably was. Are the Russian MAGA bots as paid in other countries? There's quite a few of them in Finland as well, yeah. In Finnish forums and such. Like, it would be hypocritical of me accepting money. How so small Israel is ruling the strongest country in the world? I mean, if you look at someone like Peter Thiel, and you think Israel isn't powerful, or you research how Palantir was like influenced by former Israeli government officials. Israel has a lot of leverage in certain people. Are these people in Finland that hate your housing first policies? I don't know what you mean. We're talking about the Russian bots. They say this is about you, but nothing about how DT and his friends are robbing us all. They need to pinpoint some, like, it's easier to point out that I'm a horrible person, I'm a paid pot, and like, I'm not in America, so I shouldn't talk. Because the things that I say about Trump and what Trump is doing and all the lies he's telling, it hits too hard to them. So they need to blame someone. They can't blame themselves. They can't blame Trump because their whole personality is that. So it's easy to just like lash out to me, which is completely acceptable. Like, I understand that. I truly understand that. I have read so much about like cultism, and I've read so much about like what type of a person is sucked into a cult. So that is a completely reasonable reaction. Unfortunately, there's the unreasonable reaction, which is like physical violence. Mental violence, like, I can take quite a lot. I shouldn't be needing to take that because we're all adults. But unfortunately, that is a reaction when you challenge their ideology. So it is just, it is a reality that I need to accept. It takes a while for people to wake up from the cult. Finland does amazing on homelessness. Are there people who don't like their approach? There's a lot of like conservative right-wingers in Finland who thinks that everybody needs to pick up their own like bootstraps and figure their shit out. So yeah, 100%. I wouldn't say those are the Russian bots that are attacking the homeless thing. In Finland, we don't have homeless. Yes, we do. New Ronin. Yes, we do. Not as much, but we do have homeless.
The highest vote. That means the people like me going, he went to a good college, but I know a lot of stupid people.
Finland is not 9 million people total. Finland is about 5.6. 5.6 Finland population. I don't know if it's like grown or nothing, but I would say 5.6. 5.627 million. Oh, I was kind of close. I should know. I'm after all, I am Finnish, even though I live in Ireland. Can me and my daughter come live where you are? Ireland is a beautiful place, and Ireland is nowhere near full. Even though a lot of like right-wingers in Ireland likes to say that, but there's a lot of space in Ireland. The rents are super high though. I need to warn you, the rents in Ireland are high. My Finnish friends are traumatized when I told them what the rents are in here. Just tune in, and I have no idea of your views, but I'd love to say that America does not support Trump. I know a lot of Americans don't support Trump, and I think the war is changing the idea a bit more, and also the upcoming midterms is probably going to show it. Trump thinks Finland is Russia. Dublin high. Dublin is super high. And even not like if you go to Cork or if you go to Galway or if you go to a lot of different places, the rents are super high here. And it's because a lot of our parliamentary reps are also lobbied by the landlords. Literally like a few years ago when we moved here, during that spring, a few of the MPs were arrested for corruption because of their ties to the landlords and the renting business. How much is tent in Ireland? Or rent? Are you talking about like a tent that you can stay outside or rent? In Cork, for example, in Cork, we paid 2,700 euros for a 4-room apartment. And it was outside of Cork City, so... How is cost of living in Finland compared to the States? It's hard to compare because like it in the United States it's also depending on which state you live in. Why did you leave Finland? I got a really good job here, and my wife also, and also our kids. That's like California rent prices. Exactly. And they literally just a month ago, the parliament again tried to push through that the landowners can change the rent mid-contract. Luckily, there was a bit of pushback from the opposition, so it's still in like negotiating phase. But they're trying to make a law that, well, they're trying to retract the law that landlords can decide rent prices in the middle of a contract season. So if you have a 2-year contract of rents, all of a sudden landlords can decide to raise the rent mid-contract. Here in San Francisco Bay Area, it's super expensive. Yes, homelessness in Finland is 3,800 person of 5 million. Yeah, but there is like in Turku and Helsinki, and there's definitely like homelessness in Finland. Change while in contract. Yes.
Went to a good college.
Here only once per year and only up to 9%.
Was the longest-serving professor in the history of that particular college, university, MIT. 41 years. My uncle was there 41 years, so that means I have much better blood if you go by that. But I went to the hardest college of all to get into, the Wharton School of Finance. That means I'm real smart. We got to get rid of this loser. This guy is bad. He's disloyal to the Republican Party. He's disloyal to the people of Kentucky, and most importantly, he is disloyal to the United States
Much
of
better
America.
blood, because uncle was a professor.
And he's got to be voted out of office as soon as possible. On the other hand, Ed
PDF blood
has my complete and total endorsement. He's a true American hero, and he's a great patriot, and he's doing it.
If I was trying to get elected to Congress, and a known friend of Epstein would endorse me, I would just say, no thanks. I have values, I have morals. I would just, like, no offense, Trump, but you were friends with Epstein. You went to the island. You went to the fucking plane. Then you're mentioned so many times in the files that I don't want to be associated with you. So thanks, but no thanks. I would rather rather take an endorsement from, I don't know, I think a normal, like, murderer would be better than somebody that was friends with a known pedophile and sex trafficker. My cat climbs trees really well, so I must be at that.
Because he saw what this
I'd
guy
rather
was
take an
doing
endorsement from the cartel.
to
Yeah.
our country, and he said, I'm going to run. He's now a farmer, successful farmer. And I can tell you, he's strong as hell. He shook my hand. My hand is still recovering. Sir, I'd like...
Trump shook his right hand, which we all know has the black spot of death from Pirates of the Caribbean. So I don't think it's sore because of his shaking hands with a strong farmer. It's probably because of, like, I don't know, diabetes and dementia or whatever he has.
To shake your hand. Absolutely. Holy mackerel.
That's the problem with our political
didn't tell
parties.
him
They
that,
will do
you know.
anything to stay in power.
I'm
They will
telling
do
you now,
like
officially.
anything.
Ed, would you come up for a minute, please?
That's why, like, election time is the most important time, because you can call out their bullshit. And you should call out their bullshit as much as possible. Which you will see quite a lot when the midterms are coming. Whenever there's a Democrat saying something stupid, whenever there's a Republican, I will be calling out both sides of their bullshit to make your lives a bit easier. I will do the same for Ireland. I will do the same for Finland. I will do the same for every single election. Because we need to have, like, some sort of fucking fact-checking. Of course, I can't do that for everybody, but I'll do them for the most, like, you know, important ones. And both Republicans and Democrats. He's trying to rig the elections. You mean Trump or me? I don't have power to rig the elections. I hope I had power to rig the elections, but I don't. You know why? I would rig the elections that, like, none of the Democrats or the Republicans would be selected, and it would only be independents, just to see, like, what happens. I would want to see what happens. That would be my rigging. And then the Democrats and Republicans are like, oh, what the fuck is happening? And all the lobbyists and the fucking foreign interest groups are like, oh my god, what the fuck is happening? We don't control the Congress anymore. We don't control the Senate anymore. That's how I would rig it. He's trying to rig the elections. He's trying to pass laws to make voting harder now. Oh, yeah. The SAFE Act. You just want to hear yourself talk. Yes, this is literally what this live is about. Talking about politics. Me talking a lot, answering questions from chat. Yes. God damn, Echo Smith, you are so right. Yesterday's friends did not, because my speaker picks up his fucking voice every... No, you're not right today. What?
I'm telling you, that is the greatest candidate. You know, I've done this before, not quite
Every time I try to
as
talk, when you
violently
interrupt, my phone says what you're
miserably
saying.
as this one.
Beautiful.
I just can't stand this guy. But
What phone do you
I've had
have?
some candidates that
Do you have an
weren't
iPhone? Hey Siri.
get up, they wouldn't talk well. And I'm trying to beat, like, an incumbent bad congressman, senator, somebody. I do it all the time. If somebody's bad, I try and get him out of office. I should just...
I have an
leave it
iPhone,
alone.
yeah.
My life would be a lot easier. But I have usually candidates that don't have what it takes. This guy is unbelievable.
Shut the noise off so we can
Central
talk.
casting.
It is
Just
harder to
elect
cast
him.
than check
You're
without
gonna have
ID.
no problems with him. Thank you. Ed, thank you. Unbelievable. That's great. He's a good man. With us today are some of the amazing warriors who, unlike Massey, stood up for the working people.
Yeah, like, Massey stood up for the victims of Epstein. Not something that Trump can't say the same thing. I would like to congratulate and also praise the person who dicked Trump's dick. That victim, like, did a service for everyone. Unfortunately, he got beat up by Trump, allegedly. But that's a really, that's a person who deserves the Medal of Honor. I mean, it's an interesting thing that, like, you know, when a person is mentioned so many times in the Epstein files, it's kind of wrong to call them Epstein files anymore. I think it should be like Epstein and Trump's files or something like that. The Epstein-Trump files, that would be better. Or Operation Epstein Fury, that could also be good. Trumpstein, well, that as well. 2 billion assets in Middle East gone because of Trump. He made it. What a clever president. I mean, he just likes the young. trumpeting files. We call it Trumpstein. Even his grandfather was made to leave Bavaria because he wouldn't fight in the war. Massey and Ro Khanna are still fighting for the survivors. Massey and Ro Khanna are doing important work, 100%. And the deposition of Pan Bondi, one of the worst attorney generals ever, that's going to be an interesting one. Because she can't use her bullshit as much. Epstein is in the Trump file. Epstein is in the Trump files. You only pick and choose. Lol, Bill Clinton was there in a hot tub with Prince Andrew. He was in the hot tub. Yes, that is true. I've talked a lot about Epstein. So, Joe, you know, you might want to read some first or watch a few videos. But in my statements, I have like 3 or 4 different videos about Bill Clinton alone and Bill Gates and all the Democrats that are in the files. Because you know why? Because I don't really give a fuck about who is in the files. Every single person in those files who were associated with Epstein, who were accomplices with Epstein, who were in the inner circle of Epstein, should be put in front of a judge and a jury, and they should be fucking questioned. Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, Steve Bannon, fucking Jamie Foxx was in there, throw him in there as well. Donald Trump was in there, throw him as well. Everybody. Every single one. Branson, Elon Musk's brother, asking where the boom boom room is because Elon Musk wants that. Everybody. I think one of the most lamest things I've read was Elon Musk wanted to go to the island, but Epstein said that Elon is too lame. that might have sting. That might sting to Elon. That somebody even that bad would say that you're too lame for our island. Yeah, they're too lame for our island. Israel organized the island, they control our government. And also there was the former prime minister of Israel getting financial advices from Epstein. And Epstein naming Peter Thiel and Palantir, which is kind of interesting. And then there's the whole Mossad angle of Epstein. Because they did things that were filmed and are blackmailed. Weinstein and Epstein name, indeed, the Field and Palantir, which is kind of interesting. Oh yeah, there's so many things on the Epstein files. That's why I think we shouldn't stop talking about them. It's honestly more incredible than JFK. In a way, yeah.
This great group of people, the people that
Nicola, thanks for the follow.
Including a wonderful man who's been with
JD's compromised too. Peter Thiel was his biggest donor. Yeah. I mean, JD was an anti-Trump before. Then he flipped. Didn't JD Vance call Trump Hitler? And all of a sudden he's Trump's vice president. There's something going on between that time period, you know? JD flipped after he met him. Probably after he met Peter Thiel.
With me all the way, Congressman Andy Barr.
There's Southeast Asia, you could get anything.
All the way. He's a good guy and a warrior.
Democrats and Republicans are two sides of the same coin. As long as they're taking the same lobbyist and corruption money. Yeah, they're but there are more and more Democrats now. Not, for example, taking AIPAC money, but there's still a lot of lobbyists in other, the military-industrial complex. There's lobbyists from the oil companies, the fossil fuel companies. There's so much foreign interest money as well in Democratic Party. So, but the youth is slowly getting more and more power. Republicans need to do the same.
Dr. Mehmet Oz, he was just working.
Complex stair lobbies.
Thank you, Dr. Oz. director of the Center for Medicare, who's an incredible guy, helped us so much with the reduction in drug prices.
Okay,
that we got, the
that's
biggest
kind of
reduction
annoying.
in history. Chris
Ego Smith was like repeating, transcribing my speech and putting it in chat.
Your state attorney general, Russell Coleman. Russell, thank you. Thank you, Russell. Good job.
That was weird. Even Prince Andrew's wife and daughters went. That is true.
A wonderful Secretary of State. We have a good one in Washington, too. Marco. Do we like Marco? I think so.
I mean, Margaret didn't like you. Independents represent 45% of the electorate now. It's sad that the independents need to choose a party in order, like, to have a chance to get elected. Like Birdie, for example. I remember Jesse Ventura saying that he's the last and the only independent that actually won.
Your Secretary
Jesse
of State,
Ventura.
Michael Adams. Thank
I
you.
mean,
Thank you, Michael.
I would vote for Jesse just for, like, it would be absolute cinema again. Jesse Ventura would blow the lid off of like 9/11, JFK, the lizard people, aluminium in the waters making the frogs gay, all of that stuff. Jesse Ventura would blow the lid out of all of that.
State Auditor Allison Ball. Thank you.
Did you ever watch Jesse Ventura's Conspiracy Theories TV show? That was wild.
Just incredible people. State
Trump is loved
Mark Metcalf.
by pedophiles, yes.
Thank you.
And also fraudsters. 100%.
Great job.
Trump has pardoned 80 fraudsters in a year. Just
Daniel.
who's frauded like billions of dollars.
Thank you. Thank you, Daniel.
So that's a bit of a if you want
CEO of Morris.
if you want to commit a crime in the United States, you better have like 10 millions to give to Trump. Then you'll get a pardon. That's exactly how it happened. Stephen Hawking went there. There are so many beautiful places in Colombia, Mexico, Southern California. He even let truckloads loose. No, the reason why he let the Hernandez, the ex-Honduran president, out because he got convicted for conspirating with the cartel to smuggle 400 tons of cocaine to the United States. So we all know that Don Jr. likes his white powder. So the reason why he pardoned ex-Honduran president was because Don Jr. needed a steady supply of cocaine to Mar-a-Lago.
Industry's a good man.
Don't you think was Mossad operation? I mean, Epstein had some links to Mossad, and that is also documented in the files as well.
Now, also with us is a local legend who did quite well suing the Washington Post and various and sundry others. I walked away with a lot of money. They did a number on him. He said, "We're not going to take it." And
As I just said, really, the only thing I can say is
strong athlete. I watched her win that gold, and they have
away from here. My dad taught me is
Oh my fucking god, we have Jake Paul.
You got to come up.
We have Jake Paul next to Trump. You want to hear Jake? He's the only one that can be worse in front of a microphone than Trump.
Some courage. Come here, Jake.
Here we go. Here we go. Jake Paul.
Yeah, what Mr. Trump has taught me is courage. You know, we never back down from a fight, even if they're much bigger than you, much bigger than you. And I feel all the local Kentuckians feel the same way. You guys have that fight. You guys have that swag. There's a lot of young kids in here. The future of America. I grew up just a few hours away from here, and my dad taught me to fight. And all of our voices matter in America. And I'm never afraid to speak the truth, and I know you guys aren't. We are here representing the United States, and it's just a blessing. Thank you, Mr. Trump. We need more factories like this thriving all over the country, and I know he's going to be the one to bring that here to us. I know God is with us. I know he wants us on the right side of history, and everyone here has to do their part, and God's got us. Trump's got us. God bless. Love you, Kentucky.
I have to say that that wasn't that convincing. Like, I could do a better rally than Jake Paul. Like, I could do a better job. I've watched enough, I've read and watched enough history that I could make a better rallying speech if I want to make it sound like, you know, 1930s Germany. I could do a really good one.
He's a great guy. He's a courageous guy and a talented.
I like that in these chats, less and less Maka will actually admit they support him.
I predict, I'm going to make a prediction that you will be, in the not too distant future, running for political office. Okay?
Oh, fuck no. No, 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 no. Jake Paul in politics. We don't want that, right?
And you have my complete and total endorsement.
Oh my fucking god. Of course he does. Of course he does. Next it's gonna be Kid Rock. Then it's probably gonna be P. Diddy. Why do you have your nose involved in America? Nobody wants Jake Paul in politics. Kevin. Nicki Minaj. Well, Nicki Minaj isn't a citizen yet. She can't vote in America. That's hilarious. Nicki Minaj can't vote in America. I can't vote in America. Who wants you in my country? Is it your country? Kevin, I didn't know you own America. Congratulations. Only a stupid American could say that we don't want you in my country. Yes, it's my country. Americans from the USA love their superstars. We don't want you in our country. You better get stepping.
No, that's what we want.
It's not your country. I mean, it's not yours either. So
Incredible guy. A lot of courage and smarts. So in 4 long years, Joe Biden
Kevin, prove it.
Democrats in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country, driving up prices all across the board. They left us a mess. In 12
Kevin's prop from South Africa. I think it's from probably like Bangladesh or... Those usually are the bot farmers, like Russia, Bangladesh. That's an interesting guessing game we have now. Like, where is Kevin really from? Because Kevin is definitely not from the United States. My home, my land. I don't think so. I don't buy it. Kevin Brewer 11. That sounds like a bot name. %, sounds like a bot name. You have 0 likes, 2,500 followers, 5,400. You're following 5,400 people, but you have no videos, and you've reposted 4 videos, and all of your followers are bots. Not to call you out, Kevin, but you have a lot of bot followers. Sorry, Kevin. I'm looking at this live now. Oh no, Kevin. Sorry about that. Joe, you know, thanks for the follow. What has he lied about? That Iran attacked the girls' school in Iran. Say it to my face. Oh my god, you're a tough guy as well. I've had one of those in the past. You're a tough guy without a profile picture, without any post in your TikTok account. Oh, who's calling me a liar? Who cares? You have a bunch of followers, but you still lie. What have I lied about? Erika Cuck is... he got a key advisory board in the US Air Force Academy. Because, you know, you don't really need to know anything about the Air Force. You don't really need to know about anything, because if you're Erika Kirk, you just get key position in the advisory board in the US Air Force. I can't even understand you. Goodbye. Did Kevin just change accounts? Kevin is Doc7409, your alternate account. Shut up about Erica Kirk. And why? Erica Kirk is literally a WWE character that is grifting from a horrible assassination on her dead husband. She's making money off her fake grief. Yeah. Are you a metalhead? 100%. Erica has a couple of young kids. Shouldn't she be at home as a good wife? Does she still have custody over them? Because why do I remember that wasn't as clear cut? No, Erica Kirk has lost the custody of her children. So she isn't a good mother. Snopes and similar fact checkers have noted the rumor spread on social media to be correct. Okay. I need to retract my full statement and say that as of March 2026, no. As of 2026, the current data, no credible source reports any ongoing custody dispute or change in her parental right. I retract my comment. I'll retract my comment. But there is question marks over there. Why did Snopes actually investigate and find that that is credible? That's interesting. Yeah, so yeah, now it's 2026, then you're right, yeah. Okay, thanks. She should stay at home as a good wife, mother, yes. Yeah, maybe actually do some research before you actually say shit. No, that's why I do research while I'm streaming. That's why I stated that, fact-checked it, retracted. Admit that I was wrong. You know? For example, when you state that China doesn't have any windmills and doesn't use windmills themselves, you could fact-check that and see that China uses more wind energy than anybody else, and then you just say, oh fuck, I was wrong about China's windmills, sorry about that guys, but no, you just repeat the lie. This is you take responsibility of a platform like this talking about things. When you find out that it is not true, you admit that it's what you said originally. You weren't 100% correct, which I wasn't. There are a lot of rumors, but I think there's just spearheaded by Candace Owens. And I don't think Candace Owens is a credible source of information. Yeah, but you gotta research before you open your mouth. Stop saying shit before you fucking know the answer. Oh god, yeah, true. That's a good point. I get one thing wrong. And all of a sudden, everything's wrong. Cool beans. I'm shocked someone admitting to being wrong. I mean, Tara, how the hell do we grow as human beings if we don't admit that we're wrong? I know it's super rare to find that. No, like, literally that was on the top of my head when we were talking about Erica Kirk and his kids. Because that was a rumor that was spreading. And if you roll back the tape, I think I said that I'm not 100% sure. And then I was just saying that, okay, I'll state it right now. She lost the custody over her kids. I mean, Cal, it's kind of wild that you have a bit of an issue here with Erica Kirk. Like, to be fair, she is grifting on her dead husband. She is not a good person. She's taking advantage of her husband's death to advance her own career. Yeah, and I said she did. Cal, what's the issue here? I said that she has custody. As of the newest data on 2026, I said that there's no custody battles or anything. Like, what's your point? It would be different if I didn't retract it and would have pushed it even further. Double down, as they say. Charlie wasn't a good person. No, he wasn't. He didn't deserve to be assassinated. But Charlie wasn't a good person. Neither is Erica. Oh my fucking god, guy. You can't say she wanted this. No, I'm not saying that. Like, again, Charlie didn't deserve to die, even though Charlie wasn't a good person. Nobody deserves to be assassinated. No one has the right to take another person's life. You have no idea what Charlie was. What the fuck? Okay, that's it. I think Charlie has been documented quite well what was Charlie's like ideals, and they are not in line with mine. You absolutely know nothing about him. Okay. I do know that one of the strongest things I disagreed with Charlie was where women should be. In my opinion, if a woman wants to pursue their career and do what they want to instead of like making babies, that's okay. But Charlie was a bit of a different breed of like sexist. Charlie believed that the woman's place is at home, the core family, taking care of the kids, having food ready when the man comes home from work, and do what the man tells her to do. That's one of the biggest differences between like me and Charlie, on top of everything, like when it comes to like immigration and so forth. But I respect women. I don't think they should be like objectified and like chained to their own houses, that you need to serve your man. Like, I think that was a term as well he used to use. Serve the man. But again, as I've stated many times in the past, no one has the right to take another person's life, and especially based on their beliefs. If they want to be about that, by all means, I don't need to agree with you. I don't think you're necessarily a good person for spreading that sort of like rhetoric for the young people, but you definitely didn't deserve to die. But that doesn't take away that Erica is using Charlie's death to benefit her. I'm not saying that Erica wanted this to happen, but she's definitely benefiting from it. Some claim she did want it. Well, Candace Owens does, but as I stated, Candace Owens isn't really a good source of information. From time to time, some clips from Candace Owens appear, and I'm like, what the hell is this? What moves you? What? Tragedy, 11 September happened after US-Iraq war. What do you think after this US-Iran war? I mean, September 11th happened before the US-Iraq war, though. Well, there was another US-Iraq war in the early 90s and 80s, but technically the Iraq war of 2003, 2004 and onwards happened after the September 11th. Sounds more like a master and slave instead of a husband and wife. A woman is what many of those young girls you follow will be in a few years. Gave me 2 sons and beautiful. What are we talking about here? The US has been Christian for 250 years. What's the point of that? USA can be as Christian as you want to, but like I think Christianity should be staying away from politics. It's the same with every religion. I said that like a few hours ago already, but I think religion should be kept out of politics. We are a supreme power. A lot of Iranian came to the US in the late 70s. Oh yeah. Like, not only in the US, but around the world. Anyone who claims the nation is or was Christian never read the Bible. My opinion, the most ironic thing about, like, I usually try and not bash religions because everybody can believe what they want to, but unless they start to like try and inflict in others or affect politics, then it becomes an issue. But Christianity is hilarious in the United States because if Jesus came into the United States now, not speaking English, not having a passport, brown, he would be detained by ICE and sent to CSAT in El Salvador quite quickly. So if Jesus came to the United States now, he would be detained by ICE agents, put to a fucking plane, sent to El Salvador to CSAT. He wouldn't even fucking last an hour in the United States. Speaking a foreign language that nobody speaks, being the different skin color, no passport, looking like a communist, long hair, having a dress. That's all the things that MAGA hate. And I know that this is probably hard to hear, but sandals also. Bad hygiene. But again, it's a fictitious character. So it's a hypothetical. He's not going to return. Sorry about that. How many Trump clot shots did you get? Is it like that time of the day that I'm going to talk about my medical information? I didn't know those are the important questions to answer. Do you next want to hear how many surgeries I've had? Do you want to hear how many ribs I've broken? How many times I've given blood? What's my blood type? What medication I take, which is actually none. Knock on wood. I haven't needed to take like medication for decades, which is good. Yep, show your vaccine card. I don't have a vaccine card. What is your opinion about Iran? Well, the regime has been treating their citizens badly for many, many decades. And also the regime before that. So the people of Iran deserve freedom from the evil regime. But then again, regime change made by the United States has never worked. So that's a horrible thing to do. And also, like, US and Israel should keep their fucking fingers out of Iran. Because at the moment, it's looking like they're doing a proper regime change where they're going to decide who's going to lead it. So there's no freedom of choice for the Iranians, for the leader in the future. Because if the leader doesn't align with the US and Israel, they're not going to lead. They're going to get pumped again. So that's not freedom. That's my opinion about Iran. Iranian people deserve freedom, but it's not going to be freedom if the United States and Israel is going to be meddling in their internal affairs. That is the opposite of freedom. We could have a lot of fun, regardless of our viewpoints. Like, don't take what I said about Jesus that seriously, because again, I do believe that people who want to believe whatever religion they want to believe, they should be able to do that. I just think that that should be not be in politics. Religion shouldn't be in politics, because that will be used in the future, has been used in the past, to wage wars, do horrific acts, horrific policies, laws, and also as a defense when you fuck up. I think politics should be above that. Religion should be a personal thing, just like a lot of things should be a personal thing. There isn't any freedom in theocracy. Yeah, that's kind of the way it's supposed to work. It's supposed to work like that, but unfortunately it's not working anymore. Even Jesus says so in the Bible, to not mix politics and religion. I only think of religion when I get depressed. Well, I have discussions about religions all the time, because I have read quite a few religions and their scriptures. I think they're good stories. And they're like, in those books, there's bad stories, bad lessons to learn, but there's also good stories and good lessons to learn. And different mythologies, like, if you want to like widen your understanding of like different cultures and worlds, just start reading different like religious and different mythology scriptures. They're gonna like broaden up. But if you want to have my #1 favorite religious book, it has to be the Book of Mormon. 100% recommend reading that. I'm not a Mormon, you know that, because I'm an atheist. But like, if you want to read a good book, read the Book of Mormons. Lucky for us, there's also a musical, so you don't really need to read the book in order to understand what the book is about. So the musical is as good. Or if you don't have patience to watch like a few-hour musical, the South Park episode is more than enough. My ex-wife was from Thailand, Buddhist. I love her so much. Got a mask too. I got a mask. I was actually enjoying using the mask, because I belonged in the risk group. So I kind of needed to take every single cautionary measure I could take. My parents were Mormons. I was baptized without consent. I met a few Mormon, like younger Mormons, and I have to say they were one of the nicest people, like way nicer than Jehovah's Witnesses. And even Jehovah's Witnesses are quite nice. I've had long conversations with Jehovah's Witnesses. Are you German? I'm not German. I'm Finnish. First time here, just general discussion. No, this is just the ending of the stream. We were talking about the Trump rally in Kentucky, and also updating live on the Iran war. Oh, I see. Thank you. No. Usually we talk about like politics, but this is we were talking about religion at the end. But the Mormons own planet, and Jesus went to USA, some crazy stuff. That is true. But I highly recommend reading the book, because like that's not the only wild shit that is in the book. I tip my fedora to the Mormons that they believe that shit. That's the most outlandish you can get. My grandmother was from Finland. Oh, I don't know if I should congratulate you or say I'm sorry, because if it's your grandmother, she might have been alive like really close to the 60s and 70s, the post-Finland war era. Are you really surprised that Trump lies? Not really. Not really. From time to time, he surprises me. He surprises me when he lies about the same topic multiple times and it's a really easy topic to fact check. For example, the China wind farms. That surprises me. Because like that's one of the stupidest lies he repeats over and over again, and it's not even a slight lie. It's a complete fabrication of reality. My grandparents, born in 1903 and 1906 in Finland, were actually born in Russia. Well, that is, yeah, that was before the Soviet Union was formed. Oh damn, that's cool. I also have, of course, have history from there because that's a given because like both of my parents were Finnish. American, and despite Trump and the damage he's doing. He's not just doing damage to America, like United States, he's doing damage to the world. No one can do anything to him, except like the midterms can. So that's why we should have more and more fact-checking and calling out his bullshit before the midterms. Because if the Republicans lose the midterms, in the youth terminology, Trump would be cooked. I'm not young anymore, so. The fact you still have a country is because you're warriors. Well, we won the winter war against Soviet Union, but we lost the continuous war, so we got our ass handed to us. There was a bit of luck as well. Trump could say he owns a unicorn and half his cult followers would believe him. That's why I'm really emphasizing that we should use AI to fact-check politicians, not just Trump. Of course, it would be absolute cinema to have an AI fact-checking Trump. It would probably overheat and explode, but like, even when the midterms are coming up, there should be fact-checking while the politicians are telling their lies. They redraw the state lines, etc., though the midterms are favorable to them and other stuff like this. Yeah, the gerrymandering. That is true. That is true, they try to. And they also have, like, if they postpone the Iran war up until then, they can declare a proper war. And they could use martial law as well to make a state emergency that you don't have to have elections. Or just Trump could do the ultimate Uno reverse card after the midterm, like, election results are given and say that, hey, I don't care about the election results, I'm taking over this country, fuck you guys. I'm not ruling that out either. I'm not ruling that out. If there's ever been a person that could do that, it's Trump. Trump could literally just say after the elections, if Democrats won the midterms, that, hey, you know what? Fuck these results. Republicans win, deal with it, and just, you know, fuck off to the White House. It can happen. Why is it so easy to hear from your voice that you're from here? From where? The way you speak, I don't know. He does what he wants now. No one stops him. I'm sure you're educated. It's so great. What? Hey, Trickle 223 and now is 2026. Let's not go to ad hominem. Like, calm down. Again, I've stated this so many times. Don't fight each other in the chat. You can have a conversation. If you want to fight, you can fight me. I'm the target here, not you each other. Like, let's try and keep the chat civil. From Finland, okay, cool story, bro. I think that's an only Finnish thing because like nobody can really pinpoint where I'm from, so other than Finnish people, and the only ones who really like to call that out are Finnish people. That's also like a really common thing. Like I have German colleagues, I have Dutch colleagues, I have Japanese colleagues, and they don't call out their fellow citizens as much as Finns do. But that is the thing that Finnish people do all the time. Like, just like to call out that, hey, you're Finnish because I can recognize your accent. Like, okay, cool beans, bro. I'm guessing Trump did that. Trump did that. We are so armed, you cannot comprehend how well armed we are. One reason is because Finnish have only one S round. Only one S sound. Finns have a very specific accent. Yeah, that's true. He's across the river in Kentucky, and I let my cats outside, and someone was shooting at AR, lol. I mean, it's Kentucky, so it's bound to happen. Any ideas when Trump... Oops, sorry. I mean, Trump will be out of the White House. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. What the hell are we talking about? Trickle 223 and... there's a whole other subsection on the chat, like a complete different, but I'm a hurry, so I don't have that accent. Oh, you're the enemy. You're Swedish, so yeah. Oof. No. Swedes are good. Swedes are cool. I do think that, like, I say this to all the time for my Irish colleagues and like people who live in the town as well when we're talking about the Nordic countries. If you want to really meet nice people, you go to Sweden. Like, Swedes are the most nice Nordics you can find. If you want to be left alone, you go to Finland. But if you want to have a really good like social conversations about like whatever, Swedes are your go-to. Like, I'm sorry, Finns. I'm a Finn myself, but the Swedish people are so much nicer than Finns. Finns are actually pretty fucking annoying, to be fair. The enemy. I am Finnish. Who do you think is telling the truth about American casualty numbers in Iran? I mean, wasn't it Pentagon as well that said about the casualty numbers being in the hundreds? Yeah, Swedes are more extroverts than Finns. Oh yeah, they're cool and interesting people. Chet, thanks for the heart. And Chet, thanks for the follow as well. I always figured Norway, Sweden, and Finland was like three Canadas living next to each other. No, it's more like Finland is so much different than Sweden and Norway. And even Sweden and Norway are different. Mama's girl, thanks for the follow. Like, Sweden and Norway are quite different from each other. I think Sweden and Denmark might be the closest to each other. Like, if we want to compare them. It's not hundreds, but we definitely estimated our defense capabilities. Watch your mouth. We lost several great service members already. What? There's no casualties, so they're all lies. That's bullshit. We all know that there's casualties. Pentagon says 140 US service members wounded since the Iran war started. There is no Iran casualties in Iran or anywhere. Okay. The Pentagon said on Tuesday that about 140 US service members have been wounded since the US war with Iran kicked off late last month. Since the start of Operation Epstein Fury, approximately 140 US service members have been wounded over 10 days of sustained attack, Chief Pentagon spokesperson Sean Parnell said in a statement. The vast majority of these injuries have been minor, and 108 service members have returned to duty, according to Parnell, who added that 8 service members remain listed as severely injured and are getting the highest level of medical care. And even Caroline Lovitz said that that's around the ballpark as well. Tina Mary, thanks for the follow. You listen to the Pentagon, lol. Yes. I mean, oh yeah, Pentagon is fake news. Has to be a lot more probably currently in storage. How long have you been in Ireland? I think it's coming up to 3.5, 4 years. It's a long time. Can you gig Ziegler? I can. Look, there you go. You ask and you shall receive. Wow, so during pandemic. It was just like, we had some restrictions still in 2022 to 2023. But can you believe how two countries do so much in a week? Are we talking about the war? I mean, I can't believe, because I've seen it in the past, that a lot of countries can do a lot of horrible things in a week. 1 dead after 2 foreign oil tankers struck by Iranian boats in Iraqi waters. But they were supposed to be safe, Trump said so. Hezbollah announced another attack on Israel. Israel attack kills 8 in southern Lebanon. This is just fucking going and going and going. Israeli forces kill mother and 3 children in southern Lebanon. Emirates air defenses intercept new wave of Iranian missiles. 39 drones as well. G7 leaders agreed to examine options to escorting ships to navigate freely in Gulf. Israeli keeping up statistics. It's not even the American people don't even care. It's not even the news. That's the issue. Without retaliation to worry about, countries could do loads of damage. I think the weirdest and the most like brain dead argument that Trump used to justify the preemptive attack on Iran, hey user, thanks for the follow, was that, did you see how fast they reacted and attacked the neighboring countries? They were planning an attack on the neighboring countries. No. They had the rockets and missiles pointing towards the US bases on those neighboring countries. The same thing is like in Finland. Our artillery and our missiles are pointing towards Russia, not Sweden. So if Russia attacks us, we can instantly attack their big cities. And this is not a secret. Russia has the same. They literally have pinpointed all the major military infrastructure, railways and so forth. So if Finland, for no fucking reason, attacks Russia, Russia would instantly wipe out all the infrastructure that we have. It doesn't mean that they're planning an attack. They are just planning a counterattack measure. That's like basic military operations. Even a fucking pacifist like me understands that. All those countries surrounding Israel should just team up and take care of them. Oh, take care of Israel. Oh, I'm not too big of a fan of war. I don't know if you noticed that already. I don't think killing is a good thing. No, I wouldn't go back to the United States. Not United States, back to Finland if Russia attacked. How friendly is Ireland and Finland for immigration? Serious question, I have no idea. I mean, both are EU countries, so we have Schengen. They are friendly. No, I didn't serve. Planning and execution is the most important part of war. Yeah, the world is a bit of a mess, but your hair still looks great. Thanks, Tony. I know you love my hair. Irish food is good. About that. About that, latex true. About that. I do miss Finnish lihapierkka quite a lot. We don't have that in here in Ireland. Is Tony still about the hair? Yes, Tony is still about the hair. I didn't either was living in Estonia during those years. Ireland is a very interesting country. I love Ireland. I think Ireland is a good place. And my Sweden body is wild. Ireland is like the perfect temperature for me. It's definitely not too hot. We don't get snow here, so that's fucking great. The rain is really nice, even though it rains a lot, but it's soft and it's not as hot and cold as it is in like Norway and Finland. So I think Ireland is actually the ideal weather for me. Also would be like Minnesota in the United States and Michigan and Wisconsin and those and also Pennsylvania and Boston and all of those, you know. No, Massachusetts, sorry, not Boston. Don't be dishing Irish food now. I mean, Chris Lamrock, come on. Irish food. Irish beer, yeah. Whiskey, yeah. It's incredible you just come off the Ukraine UA front and not a hair out of place. Yeah, because like, have you seen Rambo? Rambo was also in the Gulf War back in the 80s and he had long hair. We make Karjalan piirakka here at home in California. Oh, god damn that. I think we had also Karjalan piirakka like last year sometime, but we got packages from Finland from time to time. Australia limits buying petrol to $20. Really? Kim, thanks for the follow. Humid right now. It is super humid right now. Did you know that over 100 American special forces have been taken hostage by Iran Revolutionary Guard? I read somewhere that, but I'm not 100% sure that's true. I'm from Massachusetts. Massachusetts is like on the top of, like I have a top 5 list of states that I could move into. And Massachusetts is on the top of that list, like top 3. Actually, you can be a part of Schengen without being EU. That is true as well. But Schengen does make it easier to immigrate and migrate to different countries inside European Union. Best whiskey on earth, better than Kentucky bourbon. I do love bourbon though. I'm a huge fan for bourbon, but I do love whiskey as well. Meat, vegetables, and gravy. That's all you need. Come on. I do love blood sausages. No, blood pudding. Blood pudding is white pudding and blood pudding, both of them. They are quite nice. I love them. I don't know how Irish that is though, but like, I do love those. Christopher Costa Rica, thanks for the follow. We have import the 4 from suomikauppa.fi. I'm in Las Vegas. God damn. That how's the temperature there at the moment in Nevada? Like, isn't it super fucking hot? Do you know what mustikka is in English? Blueberry. Depends what mustikka you mean, because like the Finnish mustikka that we have is quite different than the mustikka, for example, here in Ireland and in UK. Yeah, bilberry. 80s right now. So, okay, that's freedom units. That's 80 freedom units. So let's see what that is in Celsius. So that's 26. Oh my god, that's too hot for me. No, that's too hot. Local blueberries are shit. That is 100%. So why did you pick Ireland? We got a job offer, and we were already like thinking of moving to an English-speaking country because our daughters were. I have a teenage daughter, and then I have a younger daughter. So it's been more beneficial to be in an English-speaking country than Finland, even though Finland is one of the best places to live. But thinking of the kids' future and the opportunities, an English-speaking country would be better. And to be fair, it's good to have a bit of distance between us and Russia. You know, there's a lot of people thinking about that. At least for the youth who don't care about war. There's a lot of youth that don't like the idea of going to war or fighting. So I do prefer there being a bit of like land and water between me and Russia. I'm assuming your littles are mainly English speaking. I mean, my older one speaks Finnish still, also French and German. Not Swedish though. And my youngest one is, she still knows some Finnish, but she mainly speaks English and also Gaelic. So. But she was younger when we moved here, so I think that's the reason. And of course they went to like English kindergartens and multi-language language schools when they started school. They had like English from really beginning, and Germany as well. My older one got that. What up, Taylor Murray? No, Finland is a good place to live, Jake. Like, there's always gonna be like shit places in every country. Like, there's a lot of people in Ireland who says that they wouldn't go near Limerick. Snow, that's true. If you don't like snow, don't go to Finland. And if you like sunlight, don't go to Finland, except in June, where you don't have anything except like day. That's an experience. What do you think of the Russian people in general? I don't have anything against Russian people. Like, of course, being Finnish, we have a long history with Russia, and there's a lot of like Russians living inside Finland, and I know personally a lot of like Russians as well. And Russians, unfortunately, don't have the privilege of like saying bad things about their leaders or protesting, like, for example, Americans and us Westerners have, because Russia has a horrible regime as well, who is willing to suppress all the opposition voices. And the citizens of Russia knows that. They have a history of like governments shooting them and killing them and putting them in jail. And they see that from time to time when you see like opposition media rising up, then all of a sudden the reporters are missing or falling from balcony. And also if you have opposition politicians, they either end up in jail or they might be falling from a balcony again or getting poisoned in London. So the citizens of Russia don't actually have as much freedom to oppose their regime as Westerners have. But the thing is, like, us Westerners don't really use it. And I do think a lot of Russians would want to use that, but they can't. Is snowmobiling big there? Here in Ireland or Finland? In Finland, yeah, in Lapland. But yeah, as long as Putin and Kremlin are still in power, like, Russia is going to be Russia. But they need to get rid of like Putin and Kremlin. They need to literally cut the head of that snake. Like, otherwise there's going to be another KGB agent. If you didn't know, Putin was an ex-KGB agent. So they're just going to select a new one. So you really need to like destroy the whole system in order to get away from that. He was handpicked by Kremlin to be the leader. He was groomed to be the leader. He wasn't like self-made, he was man-made. To serve the purpose that Kremlin wanted. And he served the purpose well. It's unfortunate for the rest of the world, but he served the purpose well for Kremlin and the oligarchs. Yeah, exactly. It is the leaders, not the people. The same in America, the same in Israel, the same in Russia, the same in China. It is the leaders. Too many Russian oligarchs to change. Putin just needs to do one mistake and the oligarchs will turn, which is start to confiscate their money. Unfortunately, a lot of the oligarchs' money are already being confiscated from like other countries than Russia. But if Putin did that, they would instantly flip because they've been funding Putin's family and Kremlin for a long time for services. I don't think they're like, not all oligarchs like him anymore. Like you said about all countries have their shit places and shit people. Oh yeah. Like somebody said, Jake said that Finland isn't that good of a place to live. 100% Finland is one of the best places to live. I'm not even biased even though I'm Finnish. I don't live there anymore. But yeah, like Finland, Denmark. I wouldn't go to Norway though. Norway is a bit different. You need to have a really good job in Norway to like make it. But like it's a good place still. Super cold though. But Finland, Denmark, really good places to live. I would even put Estonia there. Estonia has like pick up their game quite a lot for the past 2 decades. Sweden is a good place to live as well, but I didn't rank Sweden as high because there's only a few big cities in Sweden that are like nice in my opinion. Smart people live in Norway. I mean, smart people live in the Nordics. Yeah, me and my wife tried to learn Gaelic, and we just gave up. Our daughter learned it because she was younger when she started, so she picks up languages easier. But Gaelic doesn't make any sense. That's why it's super difficult for us. I think we're just overcomplicating it and thinking it too like difficult. We're making it more difficult than it needs to be. But Estonia is still way behind Finland in many ways. My wife is Estonia, I speak it to. Yeah, it is still behind, but it's made such a big progress for the past 2 decades. Estonia is getting there, but like the momentum that Estonia has is incredible, and I've been following that like progress. I also gave it up. I mean, it's literally doesn't make any sense. You have an idea how would you, for example, pronounce a sentence. Then you hear it and you're like, what the fuck? It doesn't read that. Is Gaelic used in everyday life still? No. It's not used in everyday life. We have some road signs and like buildings and such written in Gaelic, but it's not used in everyday life. I think I'm a genius, but I can't learn this simple language. Yeah. I feel like such an idiot when I try to learn Gaelic. I'm like, I don't even, you know. Unfortunately, most large companies in Estonia are now foreign-owned, making it very expensive for locals in Estonia. Oh, that sounds like Finland in the 2000s. But our politics are what they are, always blaming last government. Yeah, I know that. It's because of Marinis hallitus. Well, you're gonna have elections soon, Jake. You're gonna have elections soon. I think it's like next year, right? Many food products are more expensive in Estonia compared to Finland and salaries lower. Do you go back on holiday? No. I haven't visited Finland since we moved to Ireland. My wife has. I haven't. I lived in Finland for what, 33 years. So that's enough for me. Yeah, the midterms are in this fall, but Finland, the Finnish elections are next year, I think. Family there? Oh yeah, I have family there. I have my brother, sister, and my father is still alive. Do you think Orban will be ousted? I hope so. Like, that's an important election coming up, the Hungary election. He's not a bad guy, the opposition leader. And won't take place if we are at war. Or martial law could be another one. Trump is going to be out after midterm. Yeah, I think he's gonna have a heart attack probably on the results because his endorsement didn't work. Do most Ireland own or rent their houses? That's a good question. I know there's a lot of renters. I think it's probably still more owners than renters, which is weird. Don't ask me about politics. No. I had a weird request from one Finnish viewer in one stream that wanted me to come back to Finland to run for politics. I would be the most hated person in the Finnish politics because I would declare all lobbying and corruption illegal, punishable by death. And I know how much corruption and lobbying is in Finnish politics. I would also make it like, because we have like party rules in Finland. So if you belong to a party, you need to vote with the party. And if you don't, you will get a punishment for that. I would make that illegal as well. I would make a law that makes that illegal. That independent party members inside the party can vote what they believe is the correct one instead of getting punishment. And if they are getting punished, those who do the punishment would be sent to jail. And I would be hated among every single party. I cannot believe USA has only 2 parties. I think that's also the big downfall of the USA, in a sense. It is handy because you don't need to think that much, but it's also way easier to divide people and manipulate people when you only have 2 parties. As I've noticed with a lot of Americans in the chat, like in the past 6 months since we've like started having a conversation about like politics and so forth, people don't fit in those 2 parties, so they feel that they don't have a voice. And that's the issue in the United States, because politics are more than just left and right, conservative versus liberal. There's more nuance to politics. So there's millions and millions and millions of people who don't fit in those boxes, like Reds versus Blues, Democrats versus Republicans. And they are forced to vote either one because independents don't have enough votes. So they're like, literally, they don't have a voice. Their vote doesn't matter, you know? I'll probably get kicked out again. So why are you're being censored again here in Florida? I mean, it's Florida, so it's Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis doing his thing, and also Larry Ellison has an apartment in Florida. So Larry Ellison is probably sitting in Miami Beach somewhere. And just looking again, oh my god, is this fucking long head? Fuck. Let's censor this again. Just voting down a ballot is how so many chairs end up in Congress. Exactly. I would forcefully push you to be a dictator in Finland. We live literally in a few miles from one of Larry's properties here in California. Could you confiscate that property and give it to the people of Palestine? You know, the settler mentality. You just go inside there and declare this is ours. Get the fuck out. And then just donate it to the Palestinians. If I had a property of Larry Ellison here, I could do that. He'll be out because Republicans are changing their minds. So many people got elected just because they voted for a change. If you pick one party. DHA, Donald Trump came here to his property here in Woodside, California during campaign. Of course he did. Larry Ellison is one of the biggest donors of, like, individual donors of IDF and also Trump. Larry Ellison is good friends with Trump. Now there's 3 MAGA Republicans, normal Republicans, and Democrats. And then there's the young Democrats, which are the... I do applaud them. Those, like, Democratic Socialist branch of the Democrats. So there's technically 4. They are also trying to split the Democratic Party into... I'm out. Good night. Good night. I need to as well. I need to as well call it a day. I have still work tomorrow, and I think it's Thursday. It's been a long week already. Hey guys, I think I'm gonna call it a day. What up, Dabosh? And I'm gonna call it a day. We're gonna be here tomorrow again. Hey Jake, thanks for the hat and mustache. I don't know why I'm not getting the notifications from those, but thanks a million for the hat and mustache. Bro, wait. No, I can't. So we're gonna be again tomorrow, and like as I end the stream the same way, which is we can disagree, we can agree, but as long as, like, if we just talk and have a communicate, that is more powerful than us like sitting in our own bunkers. I was saying to check DM on TikTok. I'll check the DM on TikTok. So that's more important for the world to become a better place. Instead of staying divided and in our own bubbles and bunkers, we should actually like talk to people we disagree with and trying to fight common ground. For example, corruption and fighting corruption and like child predators and PDF files and like just decent fighting for the humanity, not death and destruction, you know. So that's what we're trying to do here. We're not trying to build a cult. We're just trying to engage with people we don't usually engage with. And that's why a Finnish person is talking about US topics, you know. But the corrupt people are owning these platforms. I know, but we're using their tools against them. Perfect. Glad came along your feed. I look forward to you tomorrow. Hey, thanks everyone. Have a great day, evening, night, wherever you are, because we're all around the world. Can you tell me your Instagram? My Instagram is the same that is my Twitch and TikTok and YouTube. All of my social media is under the same Alicia, which is my wife's second name. So that if somebody's wondering why my username, what it is, it's my wife's second name. So It's the same in every single platform. So have a great night, have a great day. See you guys. Take care.